Praying that I fall off. Never stood 10 toes, never fall. Young nigga finna ball off. And it's still west side Pasadena, never finna fall off. Never stood 10 toes, never fall. Young nigga finna ball off. And it's still west side Pasadena.
Are you niggas just some fans, huh? Hey, really got a plan, huh? But coming to some paper, you won't even lift your man up. I'm coming off the dribble, it's simple, I make them stand up. Come from where they sagging, now luxury, hold my pants up. I'm nasty, nigga, you should ask me. Best about the city, ask my daughter why she dabbing. Niggas got my name in their mouth while they songs in the drought. I know it's hard to get out, you should be closing your mouth. I told them only time would tell. They craving for a kitchen, guess these niggas didn't know me well. I say nada, don't reply unless it's about $1. Oh well, okay, ha 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 ha. All these local ass niggas, just some local niggas. I'm doing shows overseas, they don't know you niggas. Hey, check the wristwatch, that's a rollie nigga. Really making mine off rap, I'm the only nigga.
Fall off. Nigga. Stood 10 toes up before, young nigga finna ball off. And it's still west side Pasadena, never finna fall off. Stood 10 toes, never fall, young nigga finna ball off. And it's still west side Pasadena.
I'm the one from the pink house on Los Robles. Wasn't shooting, man, we really got it off the shoulders. And that's for real. And ever since they took away money, been in my fields, I really started grinding and winning, got me a deal. And now I'm paid up. The times that we was down, guess it been made up. Started doing numbers, now these little niggas hate us. So what? Set the bar so high that they can't touch. Really think it's jealousy, they mad that they ain't us. Hey, but fuck that shit, man, I'm Dina Rays, we'll set a blaze. And I don't give a fuck that you feel away. Word, how you niggas feel the worst way to kill a day. Focus on my paper, got direct deposit on the way. But hey, y'all can have the best in the city. I'm the best out this motherfucker, say it with me. Hey, y'all can have the best in the city. I'm the best out this motherfucker, say it with me.
Fall off. Stood 10 toes, never fall, young nigga finna ball off. And it's still west side Pasadena, never finna fall off. Stood 10 toes, never fall, young nigga finna ball off. And it's still west side Pasadena.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Glad to see you all here tonight. Our wine selection for tonight is a red. We're looking at a Cabernet. It is called Director's Cut. So interesting little story about this particular wine. This is made by the winemaker Francis Coppola. And some of you may not recognize the name, but he is a famous um, he's a famous director and producer. And he made the movies Godfather, Apocalypse Now, The Rainmaker. So it's that Francis Coppola. So he also is a winemaker. So this is his wine. It's called Director's Cut. It is a Cabernet. And for those of you who are looking for a fantastic red and you love prime rib or filet or a New York strip, this is great. The tasting notes for this are toffee, espresso, blackberry, cherry, toasted nuts, and almonds. This is full bodied, this is rich, and this is my first time trying it, and I absolutely love it. I see you sipping on this after a great steak dinner, maybe sitting around smoking a cigar. So if you're looking for something new to try, this is an excellent choice. It's called Director's Cut by Francis Coppola.
Beginnings on the cusp. Not too old to adjust. Old dog, new tricks. Remember, I was just a pup. Something dirty in my cup. Clean soul, good karma is a must. Still my shooter in the cut. I was stuck inside a rut. Played the game, made bank, move G. Anything to get a buck. You won't find me in the club. I'm in the lab trying to sharpen up the sword. Swinging blades at these scrubs. Bitches flock like bugs to the light. Yeah, right. Treat my hoes like these raps. I don't really got a type. Off top, bullshitting. All I needed was a mic. Yeah. Hey, pass the rock, it's all butter. Pack your bags and take flight. Don't worry, it's all covered. Hey, live your life while you can. Our days are all numbered. Rain could cause thunder, but the sun comes after, clearing up the disaster.
Isn't it lovely? I ain't looking back and focused on what's in front of me. Everybody dates a number, but I'm still here luckily. I know that God got me, so I'm in good company. Yeah.
I got some places I should take you to see. You know it's easy when you ride with a G. Light speed, moving fast through the city, trying to find me some peace. I finally lived to be the guy that I was dying to be. Still I got some trust issues, people lie through their teeth. The more I grew, the more they hide in the crease. Squad building, weak members get released. If we trying to compete, starting pitchers need relief. Bro, we building a team, everybody got a niche. I've been known to play mine to a T, but it's time for me to lead. Picking dirt right out the cleats. Steep path, roadblocks in the streets, trying to knock me off my feet, cause the devil never sleeps. So I don't sleep too, and trying to breach safes that I didn't have the keys to. We all been...
All right, ladies and gentlemen, put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me clearly. No background noise, because we need to get into this tonight. I am honeymoon happy and peacock proud to be in the building again tonight with you guys, having another great conversation where we're going to laugh, butt heads, and at the end of the day, still remain family afterwards. I appreciate everybody for being here. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You know the title tonight. The truth will not be televised. Guys, this was inspired and birthed, all right, through our sister from another mister, the queen herself. Take heed to the message. Yeah. Yeah, y'all. If you don't know who Take Heed is, we're gonna virtually jump you, because you got to know who Take Heed is. She's amazing. All right. When you hear Take Heed's voice and you see that wrap on her head and she's sitting with her back straight up and she take them glasses off, you already know it's over. She's about to get in that ass. All right, shout out to Take Heat. All right, let's see who we got in the chat tonight before we start bringing all these superstars up in the back. Let's start at the top here. We know we got Take Heat in the building. All right, thank you, Take Heat, for being here tonight, sweetheart. We got Boss Man in the building tonight. We got Almanize here. We got Marriage and Politics. We got Trey Taylor in the building tonight. We got Anissa, as you just heard, that wine of the night. Make sure you guys go out and get your bottle of that. We got Milani in the building tonight. Thank you so much, sweetheart, for being here. Let's see who else we got in here. We got the A-Team 3307 in the building tonight. He said, can someone please explain what looking zesty means? Seriously. My God. All right, Boss Man, good evening to you as well. All right, I'll start bringing up these superstars here because we don't want to wait tonight. We want to jump right into this conversation. I want to bring up the ladies first. First, I want to bring up my other sister from another mister. She's so busy, but she found time today. She said, black man, I'm going to be there tonight. All right, give it up for my sister, Jamie. She's in the building tonight.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
It is a pleasure.
Absolutely. It's good to see you, sweetheart. All right, the next person I want to bring up, you just saw her with the wine of the evening. Ricky, check your DMs. Wine of the evening. Anissa is in the building tonight.
Good evening. Hello.
Yes, indeed. All right. Last but not least, for them ladies, we're going to give it up for yours truly, the one and the only one. Matter of fact, if y'all don't know who she is, let me introduce her to you because I have a recording of her here just telling you how it is.
Take a picture, write it down. I don't give a fuck. You hear me? Do what it do.
Take heed to the messages in the building tonight. Yeah. Now I want to start with the guys. I'm going to start bringing my brothers from another mothers up in this building tonight. The first person I want to bring up, you guys know him. He's the president of the 7 Bs. Y'all know him. The ball guy. The guy that has a dance move like no other. The car dancing enthusiast. Y'all know who it is. Mr. Bennett is in the building tonight. Yeah, Mr. Bennett is in the building tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
That guy looks real good. Salute to everybody in the channel tonight. I greet the bold and the beautiful, the benevolent Ball Brotherhood of the BME Network. It's good to be here with you guys tonight. And certainly salute to the follically free and those who live the ball lifestyle. Salute.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate you for being here. Last but not least, last week, my brother from another mother, Mr. JT. No. I'm gonna wait till last. I'm gonna bring him up last because y'all been trying to play us. The next gentleman I want to bring up, you guys know him. He's a retired stripper. All right. He's retired. However, he came out about 6 months ago out of retirement. Wanted a little extra cash. Cash apps are filling up nightly. So give it if you need somebody for a funeral, bar mitzvah, graduation parties, anything of that nature. Give it up for yours truly. Our pain is in the building.
Good evening, everybody.
Good to see you.
Good, sir.
All right. Last week, my brother JT came in and said that I had a twin out there. Maybe my daddy was a Rolling Stone. And so I decided to do a DNA test with this guy, and the lie detector determined that he is my brother. Give it up for the professors in the building tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, I'm glad to know that I have a brother. I've been looking for a brother my entire life, and I'm glad I finally found him. But definitely shout out to all my men of class and my women of grace. That's confidence, loyalty, assertiveness, ambitious, strong, strategic. Grace is gentle, resilient, attractive, compassionate, elegant. So shout out to everybody out there, and thank you for having me again, bro.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for being here. I kept my word on what we talked about in behind the scenes. Remember?
Yeah, that you did, yes, sir.
I did. Okay. I just want to make sure you knew that. I'm talking about that. We'll talk about it later. Let's see. So again, thank you guys for being here. I like to check the temperature of the room tonight. We'll start with you, Jamie, and go around the room. And let us know how you guys are doing. Jamie, how are you today? How was your day? And we'll go on to this and just keep going until we all get it out.
I'm good. I thank you for asking. It's hot, you know what I'm saying, and I don't like it, but that's about it. Is it hot where everybody else lives? Like, because it is.
Where you at?
I'm in Tennessee.
Oh yeah, I'm in Texas. You could cook lamb alive out here on this pavement.
Sure.
Yeah, it's disrespectful. Jesus. And so, other than that, I am doing really good.
All right, thank you so much for being here, Nissa.
Good evening. I'm doing fantastic. I'm with you, Jamie. I'm down here in Florida where it is raining every day. The humidity is crazy. For us natural hair girls, it is just not cooperating. But other than that, I'm doing well. It's been a good day.
All right. Take heed to the doggone message.
So Jersey is hot up here too, but we had like a little cool day today. I don't know what was going on, but it was a little cool over here in South Jersey. And the family just been excited. You know, we sent our first child off to college Sunday. So it was amazing. We had a wonderful time. And yeah, we cried on the way home. We cried going back. Okay, we cried going back because all we remember is this little one running around talking about she want chocolate chips, and now she going into law. So it was something. It was something. So we thank God, and that's it.
All right, thank you so much, Take Heed, for being here tonight. The professor is in the building tonight. How are you doing, sir?
Hey man, I'm doing well. Thank you for having me on again. Yeah, and the Carolinas is hot. I saw the devil sit on top of ice stall today, so it's hot out here, man. And while your daughter's going off to college, mine is coming to Charlotte to visit me. So I'm happy for that. I'll see her tomorrow through the 6th. So maybe a little crying because I ain't seen her since it's for a couple months. So yeah, but day overall was very good. Try to stay as cool as possible.
Yeah, well, that devil been moving around pretty good, man. Because brother, I mean, I guess we both seeing the devil because I saw him today with a T-shirt on that said "Jesus is the way."
It sounds about right.
Yeah. How are you doing tonight, sir?
Yeah, it was, like I said, it's a cool day here in New Jersey based on a couple of days in the 90s, like a week ago or so. But I remember the days. Huh? Yeah, I'm in Jersey.
Yeah, I'm Jersey
in the house, baby.
Yeah, that's where my wife was. My wife. I just moved where the wife was. But anyway,
that says a lot.
Well, I didn't say I moved in her place. She was in New Jersey, so that's where I moved.
She said, "Bring your ass to Jersey," and you said, "Okay."
And we always go where the women are. Anyway, listen. When I dropped my first daughter off in college, it was a tearful moment. I was like, "Oh my God," Yeah, she hasn't looked back. I have to call her up to just remind her that she still has a father. So so that's it. Yeah. Good evening, everybody.
All right, man. And last but not least, I want him to introduce himself as he normally does. Uncle Rick is in the building tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is.
What's going on, my brother?
Good evening, good people. How are y'all doing? I pray y'all.
Turn your mic up a little bit.
Oh, that's better.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, sorry about that. I pray y'all had a wonderful and prosperous day. Beautiful Black people.
Absolutely, man. Now, I want to talk to you guys about a lot of things tonight. That's why the name of the show tonight is "The Truth Will Not Be Televised." Now, we're going to look at some things tonight, and we're going to break those things down tonight. I think I have a good group of people here who's going to tear this to pieces. I want to play a video first because I need to contact the person who sent me this video before I play the other one. But I want to play this one first for you guys, and y'all let me know what y'all think afterwards. Here we go.
What's really disturbing is that every nationality of women, except for so-called Black women, understand their roles and understand why they were created. The so-called white woman know why she was created: to be a wife, to be a mother, to help her husband, to help guide her house and assist where he needs help. The Asian woman understand that, Arab woman understand that, the East Indian woman understand that, so on and so forth. It's only the so-called black woman that does not understand why she was created. And it's simple. You was literally created to be a wife, to be a mother, to be a helpmeet to your husband, to love him, to love your children, to guide the house and shine in your role. That's simple. Everything outside of that, you have been deceived and indoctrinated by the so-called white man, your daddy, who also gave you feminism and who also gave you Planned Parenthood to continue to destroy you, your seed, and to tear down the so-called black family. Y'all better wake up.
You muted, black man.
We'll start with Uncle Rick first. What are your thoughts?
I think it's a fair assessment. I mean, when you look at our society, I'm not going to even say the Western world anymore. I'm going to say the world as a whole, right?
Mhm.
Our women set the standard for so many things: fashion, beauty, hair, right?
Yep.
I believe our women was supposed to set the standard and be a beacon for all women to aspire to. But I don't think that's the case.
Okay.
That's all I got on it.
I'm gonna go up to a lady, Jamie. What are your thoughts?
I actually agree with her. I actually said it last night on Humble Dad. You know, I have a client who is okay with continuing to be a baby mama, but when I said you need to marry, you know, you need to get married, and she said, I don't know about that. I'm like, you okay with popping out babies, but you don't want to marry the person? That don't make sense to me. And I said, is a problem in our community that we're okay with being baby mamas and not being wives. Like, you're already doing the role. I said, and I told her, I was like, you know, Caucasian women and other races that secure the man. They secure they secure the man, and they are okay with being helpmeets. Like, you want to help them and then you get them, but you don't ever want to marry them. It just didn't make sense to me. So yeah, what she said is very accurate. We don't have a standard. And Uncle Rick said that, but we don't have a standard that we have set as women, that needs to be set, to be honest, because it's old. Don't nobody want to be a baby mama. It's not fun being a baby mama. So that's my answer. I agree with her.
Professor?
No, I think I'm in the same boat as far as agreeing. I think with our women, we've lost accountability, we've lost shaming, and the previous lady's statement, she said she has a woman that wants to be a baby mama. That used to be a shame, and we don't have that anymore. There's no more accountability. But I agree with what she said. I just agree with what she said for the most part. My bad. I just think that we lost accountability and shame in the shaming aspect of our women. We need to bring that back so that we can stop doing a lot of the things that we're doing now, because it's not good. It's not. We're not projecting a great character for anybody. But I agree with what she had to say.
All right, let's hop up to Anissa. Anissa, what are your thoughts?
I agree with her for the most part. I think that right now we are wayward as women and we're rebellious as women right now. So I would definitely agree with her. The only pushback I have with what she says, I think that we were created to be wives and to have children and nurture and all of those things. But I don't think that that is our sole purpose as women. All of us have a gift that God has given us. And there's a specific work that all of us are supposed to do. And I don't think that that is necessarily exactly what she's saying, because there are some women that, for whatever reason, can't have children, but they still have a purpose and there's still a plan that God has for them in a way that God can use them. So that's the only pushback that I have. But for the most part, I agree with what she said.
All right. Let me get the airplane ready. R-Pain, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, listen, I believe in social programming. And what we're seeing is social programming unleashed. Let me just give you a scenario. If I was to, that game where you tell one person a message and when it gets to the fifth person, it's different. All the women in the West are subject to the kind of programming of being independent and having your own job and stuff, because you need one. But somewhere ops got in the chain before it got to the black woman. And it said, not only do you need to have your education in that, and on top of that, you don't need no man. And they kept saying that so much and for so many years, they actually believe it, right? So when a white woman who started feminism, they wanted their property, they wanted their ownership, but they always understood to stay up under their white man. You know what I'm saying? And the black women, the message got to them that you could have all that, but you also have to give up your cleaving to your man. And that's where we are. And that's the most insidious social programming that ever was. And black women know how to be a conduit for a lot of bullshit like that. I hate to say it, but they do.
Take heed to the message.
So first, I want to just address something real quick. I saw Through the Fire podcast put something up. So my daughter is in a program for like first time children, first time family or something like that, family member going to college. And so when they're new and they don't know anything about college, they have a program where the kids go for the summer for like 5 weeks. And so they come back home and then September they go back. That's just to give them a chance to say, am I ready? Can I do it? You know what I'm saying? So they want to make sure before you unleash all this money on a college and then, it's not working. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's why she's in there early and she's living on campus for the 5 weeks. Cause that's how I'm gonna put that in the chat. So now to what I wanted to respond. I like what she said, but I'll share this with you and I'll say it on my channel too. We should go to college. We should go to college. But the thing is that God designed us to do so many things. We can multitask. Okay. So with that being said, as you go to college, as you get out here and get that career, okay, you also have to be mindful to secure that husband. I didn't just say man, I said husband, not boyfriend. I said husband, to secure that husband. And I'm not saying you going to bow down on one knee and say, will you marry me? I'm not saying that. I said secure that husband so that you and him are on one accord, that this is what is going on, that this is what y'all want to do. Because what usually happens is our young women will just go to college, get that career. And then when they have hit the top mark and they're making a certain amount of money, they wait till they're like in their late 30s and 40s to marry. And this is the hardest time to even get somebody, because what it is that you're dating all the while you're dating. Okay. So, you're getting soul ties while you're dating. You know what I'm saying? And then when you actually want somebody, they're not there. And this is the same thing that our grandmothers and great grandmothers taught us, that do all the things you need to do, baby. The men gonna be there waiting, but they're not. They're not there. It's not enough of them to go around. So that's why I'm saying, and y'all know y'all president, Ebony K done said it. Okay, y'all president done said it. Okay, that you got to do all these things as a woman. You got to multitask, go to school, get that career. Okay, but also make sure you secure the husband. We always want to secure the bag, but you got to secure the husband, because this is how the foundation starts. It doesn't start with us, my sisters. And this is the thing that we miss all the time. You understand? We miss this all the time. And I'm done.
Mr. Bennett.
It's a little nuance for me. I can almost say I can kind of agree with her assessment of the current situation. But if you don't look in the past, I think you're going to miss something. Name of people over the past 500 years that have endured what Black people have gone through. So if she's saying, well, we're the only people, Black women are the only ones, well, again, name another group of people who've gone through what we've gone through. From the lack of wealth, from the lack of resources to the assaults. I mean, I thought our pain was kind of leading to it when he talked about social programming. Well, who's responsible for that social programming? So yeah, so I think a lot of this has been intentional to basically to keep us down, to destroy us. So again, but if you're gonna the wealth gap, is certainly having money is certainly key if you want to be married and have families. And if that's going to be lacking, then yeah, that's going to be a lagging indicator as far as our ability to marry, our desire, and to build that. But just across the board though, no one's really getting married anymore. I mean, just globally. I mean, we talked about it on the gray area on Sunday. What's happening in Greece? What's happening in these developed nations? Birth rates are down in most of these developed nations. Birth rate is under 2 children per. You need 2.1 to keep an economy going. So who are the ones saying who's getting married and what? Fewer people are marrying, more people are cohabitating, more people are getting dogs as children. They said my fur babies. So this isn't new to Black women. It's all women. But again, it's like we say all the time, other people get a cold, we get the flu. And you can't discount our history in terms of why those disparities are there. And there have been specific programs that we know about that have been directed towards euthanizing us. So she mentioned Planned Parenthood. That was intentional to euthanize us. And who did they go after? Poor Black women. So again, if you want to come with that narrative, then you have to bring all that into the discussion. But are Black women just inherently by their nature just opposed to marriage and family, whatnot? No, we've just been programmed wrong, and there's a long history that of dysfunction that's led us to this point.
All right. Now,
well,
anybody want to respond to anything that was said? Then we'll move on to the next.
Well, I do have a question though, because prior to 1975, we were married at almost 80% clips. So I hear the 500 years of going on, and I definitely agree with you as far as we having it the worst. But we were married at 70 to 80% clips prior to 1975 and the Great Society and the No Man in the Household Act. And from then on, we saw marriage rates decline, and they've been declining ever since. And in addition to that, we talk about Greece and other places. It's like the movie Idiocracy. The people who have the highest IQ are not having kids. It's the ones who have the lower IQ sometimes are the ones having all the kids. You have 4, 5, 6 kids at a time, 11 kids at a time, when the ones who are college educated or not, or are waiting till 40, 50 years old, like I believe Take Heed was saying, to get married. So it's sort of a few-fold, because you had the 1970s, you had the 1980s epidemic with men and what was going on with drugs and things of that sort. But we were married through Jim Crow South, through slavery, through threat of death. And we had Black Wall Street. So if you look at segregation and what desegregation did to Black communities as well, that's also something we can look at. So it's a lot of things that came into that caused where we are now, to where we have women saying they didn't need a man, or we can do bad by ourselves. But you have a government taking care of the second half of that. So technically you don't need a man, but we are still leading the nation in deletions. 393 kids per 1,000 are deleted every year of Black babies. So we have to figure out, that goes back to the shaming. You should be learning to marry before you carry. So that's the only thing I had to say as far as response.
Anybody else before we move on? All right. So listen, I want to now this for the fellas. I'm gonna say this to the fellas, and I'm gonna let the ladies respond to this next video. This next video I want to play for you guys tonight, as we're the truth is not being televised. We're gonna put it on the screen tonight. Don't y'all know, fellas, if you correct a woman, that you could potentially be gay? Let me say it again. Uncle Rick, if you correct a woman, Professor, or Payne, Mr. Bennett, and myself, if we correct women or we say something that we don't like about the behavior of women, we're considered gay. Ladies, I'm gonna let y'all respond to this video first, because it's funny as shit to me. Today, somebody tagged me. Uncle Rick, I don't know if you saw it. Somebody tagged me today on Facebook and said said these words: "You need to walk in your truth because I watch all of your podcasts, and it's time for you to come on out, Black Men Unfiltered, and walk in your truth. Come on out the closet." That's what they told me today. So I'm gonna play the video that they tagged me in today, and I'm gonna let y'all. I'm gonna see what y'all think. This shit crazy. I'm gonna let y'all see what y'all think. Here we go. We played it.
A man that's always angry with a woman and he don't like women and he's always saying something negative about a woman. Why is that?
Maybe because he's hurt?
No. Yeah, he's hurt because he can't walk in his truth. He's hurt because really he want to lay down with his homeboy, but for the world, he has to be with the woman. It's clear as day. I see it happen all the time. There's no reason why a man should always be upset with a woman. What it is a lot of men struggle with their sexuality. What it is a lot of men can't walk in their truth. What it is a lot of men have to deal with women for their family's sake, for business, for image. But when a man is constantly aggressive and mean and evil and beating on the woman, on that list of demons that he's fighting is sexuality.
Let's just let that sink in for a second before we say something.
Do we have to?
Well, Mr. Bennett, you open your mouth first. Mr. Bennett, what are your thoughts?
I have, some things are just not dignified with an answer. You don't dignify with an answer. You don't pour gas on it. So I don't want to deal with it. Because you're critical of women. You're automatically gay. You're struggling with your sexuality. That's an asinine statement. You would have no truth to that. So again, I just don't think that certain things deserve entertaining. So I'll pass the mic on that one. But I wouldn't give that guy any oxygen.
Uncle Rick. Wait a minute. Wait, because I'm get myself together. Okay, now go ahead.
You don't argue with a fool because they'll beat you with their expertise.
Thank you.
What? This is what's crazy, right? What can a gay man tell a heterosexual man about his sexuality? Think about that. Just think about that. Think about it. You don't even look at women the same way I do, but you say I'm gay. Think about it. He has, and this is what's wrong with the internet and podcasts and everything as a whole, right? Everybody doesn't deserve a voice. Everybody's opinion is not valid.
Right.
It's a reason why God changed the languages. Some people shouldn't be, they wasn't supposed to be listened to. And he's one of them. What we live in a bizarro world, man. This shit is crazy to me, dog. For real. For real.
So Uncle Rick, let me ask you a question. What would you say as a married man yourself? Okay. What would you say to a woman who says that, who encourages that any man who corrects a woman or her behavior is a homosexual man?
If she said it, I say she a liar. You lying. You don't know what you're talking about. But again, that's the nature of the beast at this point, right?
Yeah.
Right. Anything a man does, right, when you try to stand up for righteousness, it's got some sassy name attached to it, or you gay, or you know what I'm saying, or you ain't happy. It's always something detrimental. It's just the way the devil fights. That's the way I look at it. It's just the way Satan fights.
All right, I want to hop up to Jamie. What are your thoughts?
Can you play it one more time? Can you just play it one more time?
Absolutely. Look at Mr. Bennett. One more time for you. Hold on a second. Hold on, I think I delete. Oh, there it is.
That's always angry with a woman and he don't like women and he's always saying something negative about a woman. Why is that?
Maybe because he's hurt?
No. Yeah, he's hurt because he can't walk in his truth. He's hurt because really he want to lay down with his homeboy, but for the world, he has to be with the woman. It's clear as day. I see it happen all the time. There's no reason why a man should always be upset with a woman. What it is a lot of men struggle with their sexuality. What it is a lot of men can't walk in their truth. What it is a lot of men have to deal with women for their family's sake, for business, for image. But when a man is constantly aggressive and mean and evil and beating on the woman, on that list of demons that he's fighting is sexuality.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. So, what was your question again on Black?
Well, what are your thoughts on something so straightforward? No pun intended.
There was a pun. There was a pun intended. I agree with Uncle Rick. I don't understand why his opinion is valid. I was actually expecting for a woman to have said it. So when it came on and it wasn't a woman, that kind of actually threw me off a little bit and set me aback.
It's okay.
Okay, I'm going to give an example. When my son went through puberty and his voice changed, okay, and it got a little bit deeper, everything he said for a minute sounded like he was yelling, like he was like very aggressive per se, because I wasn't used to the deeper tone coming from him. Does that make sense? And so a woman getting corrected by a man, I'm going to say, may seem like it's aggressive, but that may not be the case because they're just not used to hearing it from that man. And so it sounds like a personal issue. It's a personal issue. Nobody wants to hear that they're wrong, and they don't want to hear from a deeper tone. When we got in trouble from our mama versus our daddy, who didn't we play with? We didn't play with dad. Dad's voice was deeper. Dad came with the iron fist. We just was not playing with the man. And so I just think that the person is soft, and that's just really what I think it is. You just soft, and you probably didn't have a man around, and you're not used to that. And that's just that. That's my, I don't know. He's soft though. I just cannot believe that.
How can I just don't understand how a person who has a perverted perception of themselves, other people, and society has the right to judge and tell anybody what they are. The only person he can critique is another gay dude.
Right.
That's it.
I'm flabbergasted. That's my white word for tonight.
And so Jamie, my other question to you: if you look at the camera tonight and you heard a woman say this, that men who correct or have something to say about the behavior of a woman is gay, what would you say to that group of women?
That they got to get it together. Like, they need to be able to handle correction. And just because a man has a stronger tone or a we're not taking, you're crying or you're manipulating as a response to you not taking accountability, like, you just got to suck it up. You got to suck it up and get your life together.
Swallowed up.
So let's go. Trey, welcome to the show tonight, my brother. Trey, you just coming through the back door, pause.
Too soon, not the time.
Trey, so what are your thoughts? you sure right, Uncle Rick.
I'm sorry you threw me off with the back door. I think this is today's time. This is what you get. You get gay men who think that they can speak on straight men. And you've never ever dealt with a straight man a day in your life, so you don't know shit about what we do and how we act and how we move. Let me be very clear. If men are correcting you, it's because he actually gives a damn. He gives a damn.
Yeah.
And this is the problem when you don't have a male authority in your life. You don't understand how men operate. If he's quiet and he lets you fall off the bridge, he don't give a shit about you. So the fact that the man actually took his time to say, hey, don't do that. Hey, that's probably not a good idea. Hey, this is how you do this. Next time you do it this way. The fact that he took time out of his day probably means he gives a shit about you. And he wants to see you be better. All of these conversations that we have on these platforms is because we're trying to be better. That's the purpose of this. Otherwise, black men can sit back. I could go play golf all day and mind my damn business. But we come over here and we try to correct things that we see that are problems because we want it to be better. But what I'm realizing is that the gay community and black women, I don't think y'all really want to be better. I don't think that's what y'all actually want. I think y'all like the chaos that y'all live in because it's comfortable and it makes you feel good. You'd rather stay there. Because when somebody corrects you, typically they're correcting you because there's a structure involved. There's some sort of structure involved and you're not adhering to it. That's all I gotta say.
Absolutely. Thank you, man. Professor, what are your thoughts?
So what I'm gonna say, because I want to keep getting invited to the Diddy parties in Miami. They're great. I'm kidding. I don't 100% disagree with what he said, and let me unpack what I mean by that. What he said, because words mean things. So what he said was men that are walking around always mad at women for some reason. So when he said the word to me, when he said always mad, it may not be that he's gay. It may mean that he has some unresolved issues with women that he needs to see a counselor for, whether his mom was what she was, or whether he was beat by a woman, or he's gay. I don't know. So there's a difference between correcting a woman and being a man, correcting her when she's wrong, and basically just being a man in a relationship in general. There's nothing wrong with that. But when you're always mad at anybody, there's something a little deep that's deeply rooted in that. That's what when I heard it the second time, he said you walk around always mad. Like, well, there has to be something more deeper than that. So that's where I sort of agree with him. But the fact that if you're just correcting a woman, you're gay, I don't agree with that sentiment. But I do agree that if you're mad at any culture, person, orientation, for any reason, just walking around just mad at them, there's something deeper that you need to deal with, and you need to seek therapy about that. So I do sort of agree with him.
All right, thank you for that, Professor. We're gonna hop up to. I'm gonna stay with Arpain. Arpain, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, BMU, you started out by saying the guy gave you that video because he was trying to intimate that you're gay. I think
No, a lady. It was a lady.
Or the lady, whoever gave it to you was intimating that. But I think you're safe because I can't imagine a horror show it would be with you with another man in a room somewhere. Oh my God, it's just a horror. I mean, it would be like a.
I feel so uncomfortable right now.
Yo, man. So
is that what Meek Mill said when he went to Diddy's house, allegedly?
Yeah.
Anyway, man, I don't know, man. I don't get the guy. I think the professor hit the little nuance about you can't go around being mad at women all the time. I call it red pill rage. There's something to that, and you have to graduate from that and move on. You know what I'm saying? So, but other than that, all the rest of the stuff, like you said, on these YouTube streets, if you have a mic and somebody clips you, automatically it gives you some kind of credence that you shouldn't have. That goes for most of us. So I wouldn't give too much, weight to what he's talking about.
Absolutely. Mr. Bennett said, move on. I'm going to get up here to the ladies now, to the other two ladies. Take heed to the message. What are your thoughts about the young lady and what she said?
So the problem we got in our community that I always see, and even in my mom time and my grandmother time, we always get advice from men that are from the LGBTQIA+. We do. When it comes to us talking about our men, we go to them to get the advice instead of us just going to talk to somebody else that's a straight man. You know what I'm saying? Go talk to your father or your grandfather or your uncle or your brother or somebody. But we will go and have a whole gang up on a man from another man that's from the LGBTQIA plus. That's the whole problem right there. Now, I will say this: there are a lot of men in this space that they go ham, okay, on women. They go ham, and they have a dark side of how they go ham. Now, I would not say that they are struggling with their sexuality. I wouldn't say that. I would say something else might be wrong. But I don't like how they will take all the men in the manosphere and say, "Oh, this is what they are." That's not fair. That's not fair. Because when a man, and I say this on my channel all the time, and Trace just said it a few minutes ago, if a man wants to correct you, he wants to keep you. It's only when he don't say she to you. That's your problem right there. That's your problem. If he just let you do whatever you want to do, that is your downfall. Because once he finds some woman who understand the assignment he done, that's why you have a lot of situations where a man will be with a woman 10, 15 years, and then all of a sudden they get in a heated argument. He been waiting for that. He been waiting for that heated argument just to say, bump this, I'm done. So now when you tell him, ninja, get your, you know what, and don't come back to my house, he just packed up and he leave. And then like a year later, you found out through Facebook, he done got married. You know what I'm saying? Because the woman he met understood the assignment. So I think that's the problem too. We always want to say, okay, he's sassy, he's zesty, he this, he that. You know, they'll say that about male content creators. And then women content creators, what they'll say, oh, you're a mammy, you're a pick me, you look like Silly from The Color Purple. All this nonsense, this hatred, because you want to teach. Because you want to teach, you want to say, listen, baby, I done went over that cliff. That cliff, you gonna hurt yourself. Don't go that way. But they'll tell you, oh, you too old. You don't know what's going on in this day and time. The problem is that, and I always say this, and Ricky says it too. The game never changes. It's only the players. So when I tell you that I have been down this road and it's not leading anywhere, baby, be advised, when you follow this road, it's not going to lead anywhere. It is not. And so with him saying that, he did wrong. But you know, they got to say that. They got to say that. Because let me share something with you. The same thing we want, they want. They gotta label men all the same, all black men the same as well, because the same thing we want, they want. And I think that's the thing that we miss. That's why they'll always tell some woman that, oh, he ain't good for you, he ain't this. And then you hear him trying to kick it to him. Later, you find out he was in his DMs trying to kick it to him. You got to watch out for people like this as well, just as you got to watch out for your sisters. Because your sisters don't want to see nothing good happen to you unless she's a lioness. And that's the truth. I'm done.
Anissa. Talk about Anissa.
I think Professor hit it on the nail with what he said. Some of us, so I agree with what he said in the beginning. Some of us just hate correction. And instead of humbling ourselves and taking the correction, we want to resort to insults. And what's the most negative thing that you can say about a straight man is just question his sexuality, call him gay, and that's all that is. We don't want to be corrected, and it's hard to sit in the truth sometimes. And instead of humbling yourself and being willing to listen, oftentimes people go on the attack. And unfortunately, those are the things that are said. So I give no credibility to what he's talking about whatsoever. I think it's crazy. So.
Welcome, my brother, to the show tonight. Jake T from What We Know Podcast is in the building tonight. it would not be right if JT came in here and then we didn't.
I got my drink in my two-step. Hey, from the jailhouse to the courthouse.
What's up, JT?
What up, though? What's happening, y'all?
What's on with you?
What's up? What's up? What's up, babe? Right.
All right. So, JT, did you get a chance to see the sunflower?
Yeah, I did see that.
Okay. What are your thoughts?
First and foremost, there's no way that women should ever be listening to a dropout. How is he gonna say anything about any straight man when he is not comfortable with his sexuality? Come on now. Ain't that crazy? Just to even hear somebody that is crooked talking about somebody that's straight, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Sweet Dick Willie.
That's why I tell people, them dudes are still men. They just shitty men. And I mean that figuratively and literally. I kind of agree with what my man, Mr. Bennett was saying. It's like, how do we dignify something like that? Listen, every time I see these guys get on these platforms and they think they can tell women about straight men, I always go back to that one show we had, Black Man, when we had those posers, those infiltrators, Decepticons, Transformers. We were sitting there talking to them. There was nothing that they can say talking to us straight up that made any sense. None of it. They was acting like little 4-year-old girls. So anytime that we can have somebody go in there like that, what that guy was talking about, women should ignore him. That's it. Ignore him. But there's good news and there's bad news. The good news is that they're being replaced by the other panderers, because that's all these dudes are. The panderers that don't call themselves transformers. They consider themselves straight men, but they talk the same way that you seen that guy talk. That's real self-hate. Real self-hate. I ended there.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you guys' perspective on that. I have a follow-up video, but before I do, I want to go ahead and kick a shout out to who gave tonight. So I got two here. I got Almond Eyes with the $2 super chat. She said, "How you know?" Thank you for the super. We got one who has gifted 5 Black Men Unfiltered Network memberships. Thank you so much, Ty. Appreciate that. Before we get to the next video, I'm going to play 3 videos for you guys tonight. Let's see what I give you. I'll give y'all white chocolate. Here we go.
I got a red room, it's the red now when the sun sets in my bedroom. Oh, it feels like I'm inside a flower. It feels like I'm inside my eyelid. It feels like I'm inside a flower.
Play around on that side. Nigga, get it around on that side.
All right. Thank you guys for giving tonight. I appreciate it. Let me tell y'all something before we move forward. Man, I was laughing. We always have content where I just go back and laugh at it, man. I had clipped the part where we were talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger, man.
Yes.
I was at work today and I went back and, man, it just popped up and I watched it, man. I was in that office rolling today, man. I'm just looking at everybody's face. Mr. Bennett was rolling. It was bad. It was bad. Especially when that damn Reckless Ray said, Who is your father and what does he do? Man, I just fucking fell out. But man, shout out to you guys, man. I appreciate it. Now, my brother from another mother, JT, is in the building tonight. Now, y'all ain't gonna believe this. Now, JT, your homeboy here. So since y'all in the same age group, I'm gonna be switching you guys in and out. But I'm gonna introduce him first, and then we're gonna get into the next segment, and we'll come in and out. And I'll drop and let JT host for a little bit. We'll just move it around like that. But guess what? Who we got in the building tonight, ladies and gentlemen? I know ain't nobody gonna guess it because you ain't gonna get it right. We got Uncle Jeff in the building tonight, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on, man? How are you tonight, my brother?
Hey, man. How everybody doing? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. Good to see you again. Long time.
Hey, beautiful black people.
I wanted to get your perspective since we got JT's, we got everybody else on the panel. Mm-hmm. I know that you saw Mr. Sweet Thunder. So what are your thoughts?
Well, I didn't actually. I kind of popped up while y'all was talking, and I don't.
Oh, let me play it for you.
Oh, you know what? If it's a sweet pickle, I really can. I can. Okay, I guess. All right.
A man that's always angry with a woman, and he don't like women, and he's always saying something negative about a woman. Why is that?
Maybe because he's hurt.
No. Yeah, he's hurt because he can't walk in his truth. He's hurt because really he want to lay down with his homeboy, but for the world, he has to be with the woman. It's clear as day. I see it happen all the time. There's no reason why a man should always be upset with a woman. What it is a lot of men struggle with their sexuality. What it is a lot of men can't walk in their truth. What it is a lot of men have to deal with women for their family's sake, for business, for image. But when a man is constantly aggressive and mean and evil and beating on the woman, on that list of demons that he's fighting is sexuality.
All right, the floor is yours, sir.
Can I cuss?
Yes, absolutely.
So fucking what? I think what we're really missing here is that the man that's always angry, the man that's moderately angry. Shout out to Trey. Drop the bomb. If I don't say shit to you, I don't give a shit about you. All three of those men, you know what they have in common? They're right about you. They're right about you. It doesn't matter how you get it. Here's the dude you listen to. Listen to the dude that tells you to change if you're not getting what it is you want. Even if the change is wrong, do something. I have a sign in my office that says, do something wrong today, because something beats nothing. If you're going to, if your way is not working, listen to the men who don't want to get in your pants that tell you to change. Listen to 5 men who have no interest in seeing your draws. And whatever all of them say to do, write down what they all say and highlight what is the same in all 5 of those interactions and do that. Stop worrying about where the good come from, because the dark forces will put your good right where you won't look. They'll put a word right in the homeless man's mouth. There'll be a word right in the homeless man's mouth, and you're going to judge where he's sitting as opposed to what he got to say. So I say, find the good in it. Find the good. Y'all so busy looking for God, you forgot to add that extra. Oh, you got to look for good. Whoever is telling you that what you doing ain't working, even if he telling you what you doing ain't working and he wrong about it, he's right about the fact that it ain't working. Start there. Walk there, I say. Yeah, I can land it there.
All right, man. Thank you for that. I appreciate that, brother. Now, I'm going to play a backup video to Tam, pause. I'm going to play another video that I think will fit right along the side of this one. Here we go.
Black women, because nobody supports gangsters and gays more than a black woman. The black woman is the #1 cheerleader for gayism and gangsterism. She date them and she raise them. Women despise punks because punks don't honor women. They're trying to replace them and eradicate them. The biggest competition is not the black man and the black woman. It's the punk and the black woman. And the punk is down there beating her. A woman ain't bringing no punk around her boy. Because she don't want that spirit left in the house. The spirit stays, but the punk leaves. Now while your son picking up the phone, guess what? That spirit jump on him with no parental supervision. Your daughter, from both mama and daddy. They don't just go from the gay nigga, they go from the hoe that you like to freak with, nigga. All that shit latch on to your kids while you having fun and entertaining the demons. Because you ain't bringing no angels in. You ain't praying around the house, warfaring for whatever negative energy may be in here tormenting your kids.
Hurt some feelings right there.
Yeah, he did. Take heed. I'm gonna go with you on this one first. What are your thoughts, baby girl?
So a lot of people can't stand Charleston White, but I love this brother. I'm sorry. I do. I love this brother because he speak nothing but the truth. I know some of his stuff be coming from the left, but some of that stuff be on point, and what he's speaking is truth. Because we don't, and I said this before, but as I said it, I'm copying off Crimson Cure. She said, we do not govern womanhood properly. We don't. We do not govern womanhood properly. Because this is the thing. We see men in our family, or either men we know, and he got a wig on. He got a lace wig on. You know what the first thing we tell him after he done got his hair done and everything? We say, baby, you sure look good. Okay? When he have a dress on, we tell him, baby, you wearing that dress. We agree with it and we know it's wrong. And if you don't want to say anything, don't be the cheerleader. If you can't, you know what I'm saying? This is the thing, we cheerleaded. If you don't agree, fine. You don't have to agree. We're not supposed to agree. But we're not supposed to be the cheerleader. We're not supposed to say that this makes sense. Now, I'm not saying that if this happened in your family, you're not supposed to love your family members. I'm not saying that. You love your family. If it's your children, you still love them, no matter what. Okay? But we're not supposed to sit up there and be the cheerleader. I can't be the cheerleader in dysfunction. This is the problem with us. And we will be the first ones to cheerlead it on, because I'm going to share something with you. When women say this is not what it is, when women actually stand up and say, I don't want a roughneck, I don't want a thug, I don't want a scam, I don't want a D-boy. When women actually can say this collectively, men will change. The whole thing that men will change. Boosie said it best. I remember hearing him say, he said, when the women start complaining about it, it'll change. But because we cheerlead it on, it's not going to change. Because when you cheerlead it, everybody think it's okay. Only the men that know better know it's not okay. So this is why we do not govern over womanhood properly, but men do. Men do. They will govern over manhood properly. They will govern over that. They will say, wait a minute. We're not doing that. We are not doing that. But we'll get up here and say, that's right. That's right, honey child. You wearing that wig. You wearing that dress. You look good. Y'all, I know y'all seen the BET Awards. Come on now, Santana.
Oh, my God.
Lord, that was a whole heap of mess. And they were saying, baby, turn here. You look good, baby. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. But that's what they got up here. Oh, baby, you look good. This is a false ideology that we love to put on our brothers as well, because we will sit up here. If you don't agree with me, you gay. You know, if you don't agree with me, you're gay. Okay. At all the shit I'm doing, I got 7 baby daddies and 8 children. 1 is impossible. You got to agree with me. If I say I'm gonna have a high value man, you gotta say that's right, girl. That's right. You're gonna get out. No. You're not gonna get one. You're not. You're not. And the thing is that they don't want to hear the truth. We rather live lies, and that's the sad part about us. We gotta do better. And I'm done. I'm gonna land my plane here.
All right, Mr. R. Payne, what are your thoughts?
Hey, listen, I like Charleston White. He hits on a couple of things. I mean, he said it all. I don't have anything more to add to that. I've said it plenty of times. I think the black woman has been the conduit for a whole lot of effery, man, in our society. And it's like I said, I'm gonna keep going back to it. It's all been programmed in. I mean, it's not like they do it on purpose. But there's a nature that they have where they latch on to the worst shit, man. And I don't know why. It's on steroids. The rainbow stuff. You make me feel good. I mean, like, I'm overweight, but the guys will kick my ass. I'll have to take it. Get in the gym, you fat bastard. But you say that to a woman, forget it, man. Shit. The whole world, they've been telling women that they're not, you look beautiful and they're like big as a house. And that's not right. I mean, so everything is like, give me a pass. And it's destroyed things, so I don't know what else to say other than we got to keep trying, so one at a time. I'll land it there.
Thank you for that, man. I appreciate it. Before we go on, we got Trigger Mike in the building, man. Thank you so much.
Yo, Mike.
For $10 super chat, he says, shout out to Real Ones. Great panel, man. Thank you so much, Trigger Mike. I saw your video today, man. You almost better than me with that handgun, brother. You almost better than me, man. You're gonna get there. But no, shout out to him, man. I appreciate you, brother. All right. Now let's move on to Mr. Bennett. Mr. Bennett, what are your thoughts about what Mr. Charleston White had to say? Let me bring it.
I was a little confused between 2 points. He said that black women are the biggest cheerleader for gay men and for incarcerated men, but I thought he said, but they will not tolerate punks. Did I get that correct?
Yeah, I think that's what he said.
So I don't understand that. Like, so how is he defining a punk then?
He said they're tolerate. They're I don't hold on.
They're cheerleading the incarcerated man and the gay man, but they will not tolerate a punk.
Right.
I don't even know what that means. I mean, how is he classifying that? Is a guy who's not neither one of those things? Are you a punk because you don't act thuggish or you don't be bold enough to express yourself in those ways? I don't know what that means.
That's my.
But I'll tell you this: with black, but I would say with black women, I think a lot of those guys get ignored. You don't want the bookish guy. You don't want the guy who's not necessarily out there trying to be violent or take the easy way out and commit crimes, but he's too nice, or I got tired of him, or he's boring, or whatever. So is that the punk that he's talking about? So because if that's what he's indicating, then I could say I could probably agree with that. That a lot of women, I think, bypass the men that they should be with, but there's something about, I guess, for the gay black man, because I guess he's looked at as being bold in his expression because he's going against the grain, or because the guy is in prison, that he went up against the system also, so that somehow he looks more courageous in her eyes. Otherwise, I don't understand the analogies he was drawing there or the contrast he was making.
Right. Okay. Appreciate that. Anissa?
I think he made some solid points there. I don't understand the fascination that some women have with the gay men. I don't. They feel some type of false sisterhood, I guess, with them. They can, talk about the same things, and they like the same things, or what have you. But we have to remember that that's a spirit. That's a demonic spirit. So I think you have to check yourself if you gravitate towards people that are in that lifestyle. You like being around that. You enjoy that. I think everyone deserves respect, but I don't have that in my you're not my friend if that's the lifestyle that you live. because I don't want to talk to you about it. I don't want to be engaged in. I don't want anything to do with it because I don't agree with it and I don't believe with it in my own life. So I think that it's just some type of. I think Arpane said there's some fuckery that some women are on. They gravitate towards that. They like that, and obviously they feel like they have something in common with them. But I think we have to remember to remind ourselves of what's really going on there, and it's not a good thing. So that's it.
Jamie?
You know, I'm gonna ask you to play it again.
Okay, no problem. Here we go.
Because nobody supports gangsters and gays more than the black woman. The black woman is the #1 cheerleader for gayism and gangsterism. She date them and she raise them. Women despise punks because punks don't honor women. They're trying to replace them and eradicate them. The biggest competition is not the black man and the black woman. It's the punk and the black woman. And the punk is damn near beating her. A woman ain't bringing no punk around her boy because she don't want that spirit left in the house. The spirit stays, but the punk leaves. Now while your son picking up the phone, guess what? That spirit jump on him with no parental supervision. Your daughter, from both mama and daddy. They don't just go from the gay nigga, they go from the hoe that you like to freak with, nigga. All that shit latch on to your kids while you having fun and entertaining the demons. Cause you ain't bringing no angels in. You ain't praying around the house, warfaring for whatever negative energy may be in here tormenting your kids.
Okay, so yeah, I agree with everything Charleston said, because he didn't just touch on it about homosexual friends or people that go to jail. He touched on it about, like, y'all don't have good friends around your children, period. Like, you guys don't know how to vet people having like them around your kids and the spirits that they bring towards your children or leaving your house. So yeah, I definitely agree with Charleston all the way around. I'll say this: I had a punk as a friend when I moved here. You know, I had met him at a bar. We became friends, and then I got pregnant, and the first person I dropped was the punk. I didn't want that punk around my child. Now, I didn't know what you think I'm playing. I wasn't playing, for real. I didn't want that behavior around my child because I didn't know even if it was a girl, I didn't know what I was having. But when I found out I was having a boy, all my friends got dropped because none of them were of a good stature that I would want around my child. And that's just being real. Like, that's the thought process I had to have. Now, does every woman have that thought process? No. I grew up in LA. I'm really from California. So I grew up in LA, and I remember going to my friend's house, and they had little boys, and it would be like a little house party or a cookout, and they would have that little boy twerking to music. And I would always look like, why do you want this little 5-year-old? Why do you think that that's cute? Him twerking. It's a 5-year-old boy, and you get what I'm saying? So like, this was when I'm in my 30s now, late 30s. So imagine that was all the way back then. So we actually, like it said here, a lot of women trained these men to be effeminate and to be punks because they thought that behavior was cute at that time. Look at little Boop Boop twerk. Like, look what he could do. What are we doing here? So no, I agree with Charleston all the way around, completely. I can't refute nothing that man just said, cuss words and all.
And I think men need to stand up in those situations before we move on to the next person, because if my nephews or somebody came over here and his mom, who's a single mom, have her son twerking, I'm probably gonna break a clothes hanger across the back of his head. I don't think that I'm not going to just allow a little boy to be twerking in my house. Just I don't give a fuck about what his mama say. If you allow it, you might catch a clothes hanger as well. I don't think men should allow that. I don't give a fuck if it's your child or not. Just don't allow that shit around yourself. If you're a real nigga, don't do that. But anyway, who we missed? Anybody that we didn't get? Okay. We can do JT, you go ahead.
Okay. So whether I agree with Charleston White or not, I've spoke that same spirit. I've said back, if you see his antics, how he talk and he bounce when he talk, It's kind of like the nigga I am when I'm at the shit with my family, and then a guy done had too much to drink, and I get to bouncing. I give him the I'm fed up type of shit. I talk just like that. Make a whole bunch of them motherfuckers don't like me.
Oh, absolutely. I agree.
Whole bunch of them don't like me. That's why when I seen him come on the scene, I was just like, shit, I don't know if I like him or don't like him, right? Because he speak the same language I speak, right? When he sat back and he made it clear, I'm speaking to these motherfucking so-called gangsters and these stupid ass rappers, and I end up having to be the person that I have to be to talk to them.
Mm.
All right, I understood that. Reason being, why a lot of people is like, I don't understand, because he speak it all. Speak it all. And a lot of that shit you just ain't gonna like. It's just nasty when you hear me. But I think we've all, I'm talking about men, in the real world, spoken that language right there. When you hear what he was saying right there, me, I ain't gonna even lie to you. Yeah, we on YouTube and shit like that, and I be trying to hold my motherfucking mule, man. But black man, you already know. When it come down to it, man, it's kind of hard for me to hold that shit. Because I don't like no man trying to tell me that I'm doing something against the women that I not only came from, but came from me and the other women that actually listen to me in my real life.
Mm.
They may not like the way that it comes out, but like my boy Tommy Sotomayor said, I ain't fucking Domino's. Fuck the delivery. Get the message. That's what it's about. The craziest thing right now, y'all, and I'm glad that you putting these videos up here. I've always said it. Men, we ain't really got no motherfucking friends. And that include other fucking men. Ain't it funny that everybody that comes against us includes other men? We don't even have the problems because when we bring that smoke back to the women that we talking to, at least they want the conversation. Guess who don't want the conversation? The men that thought that they was about to take up and stand up for those women. And then when we kick them in their goddamn nuts, what they end up doing? Going back to the way that they was going. When you see women, especially our black women, they entertained and all this, and then they get to a certain age in their life. Some of them can survive it, and some of them can't. And then they see it in their kids. All the shit that they thought that was cute when they were young, they get older, now they see it in their kids. Why you think your kids will tell you, you can't tell me nothing? And then they'll bring up your past. I remember when you did, right? That's the reason why. At some point, y'all, we have to teach our kids to be better than us. We just have to teach them to be better than us. I end it right there, y'all.
All right. Anybody else didn't go? Because I want to make sure I got everybody. Okay, I got the
Uncle
three guys
Jeff
at the
didn't
bottom.
Jeff
So, yeah, go ahead, Uncle Jeff.
I heard the sister talking about how she dropped her friends because of her children. I think the rhetorical question, sis, and this is for all of us, I'm not putting you on trial, but you have to ask yourself, what purpose do substandard friends serve at all? You have to judge yourself by what entertains you. This is the issue that you find with these women we discuss is I put, and I hope I don't ruffle no feathers here, but I put their relationship with gay men in the same category that I do with Jesus. Jesus is perfect. This is why you're supposed to run when you hear a black woman talking about how she married to Jesus. Well, of course you are, because he ain't gonna ever ask you for no pussy. Whatever you do is okay. He's always he gonna always work it out with you. And what he represents is a lack, an absence of a need for accountability. This is why these women love these men, because it's the same reason when you see a woman with a lot of money, why it's so hard for them to get a man with a lot of money. Because a man with a lot of money can hold you accountable. That's why they go get what I like to call himbos. These are dudes who are male bimbos that they keep around because his shit is so fucked up, he can't tell you shit. So you get to do whatever you want, and if he open his mouth, you put his ass out. So I think basically that again, Charleston is right, but that's a friend thing. If you had a shitty individual in your circle, he was shitty before you got pregnant. He was shitty before you had kids. You have to ask yourself, what is it? And make sure that that's not dead for your baby. Make sure that's dead for you. What is it that this shitty person fed in me? Because I got to grill that part up and eat it. Because if I don't, he gonna come serve me that shit, and it's gonna get on something. Metaphysically, it's gonna get on my progress. It's gonna get on my projects. It's gonna get on the other people around me. I gotta figure out what that shitty person serves and kill that.
All right, Trey, what are your thoughts, man?
Yeah, I mean, Uncle Jeff took a little bit of what I was going to say. I will say this. Charleston's grown on me. He's grown on me because when he first started, I was like, if somebody don't shut this ignorant motherfucker up. But as he began to start to lay out with his beliefs, we actually have some similarities. We actually kind of think sort of the same. And I actually tend to agree with him. There's one thing he did that I don't know if I could have done it. I don't think I'm strong enough. But if Brittany Renner want to get on top of me and ride me, Slim would have got folded up fucking around with me. But he's a better man than I am at this point in my life.
Number two.
Leave it at that. He's a better man than me at this point in my life. But anyway, I find it funny. I think women have figured this out when it comes to gay men. You get all the perks of him being feminine without all the sexuality, the sexual needs of a man. Yeah. They figured it out. You get everything from a man. You get his strength, you get his masculinity, you get his ability to provide value without him trying to stick his dick in you at the end of the night. Because if you call me to come hang, if you come call me to hang up a TV in your house, I'm going to have you holding the back of your knees at the end of the night. That's how this works with a man. But with a gay man, you don't really have to worry about that because he might be more interested in doing your nails or your toes or some other shit that I don't really give a damn about. I'm going to look at your toes while you fold it up. That's how that works with me. So a lot of this is he is safer than guys like me. It's easier to be around him. And that's why he's been championed. That's why he's been pushed to the forefront because I don't have to worry about him trying to get something from me at the end. I'm so selfish as a woman. I can just extract from him and I ain't got to give him nothing. Yep. I ain't gotta give him nothing. But here's my issue. Here's my issue with women and your gay friends. I find it quite funny that you champion them, you push them to the forefront, you defend them, you advocate for them. But the moment you have a problem with a straight man, what do you call him? Gay. So is gay being bad? Is it a bad thing or is it a good thing? Because as long as he's actually gay, it's all good. But when it comes to guys like me, who will tell you, no, sit your ass down, you don't know what you're talking about, and then provide facts and data to prove you wrong, now I'm gay. So which one is it? Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? But at the end of the day, what I know, and I've said this, one of the vetting questions that men have to ask, and I'm very serious about this, do you have any gay friends? Yes. And if the answer is yes, it was nice talking to you.
Yes.
Because what happens is that she starts to go and confide in this gay man? Well, I have a little bit of a problem because that man has never, ever dealt with a straight man. Yep. Never in his life. If he's dealt with a man, that man was not straight.
Nope.
He was never straight. So that man is giving you advice based on dealing with gay men, not straight men. So when I hear you say I have gay friends, thank you, sweetheart. The ass is fat, but I'm a pass. I'm gonna pass on that.
Oh my God, who hurt you, Trey?
No, you know what, hey, Professor, I walk around mad. I'm so mad, and I'm angry. I'm angry at the women. Oh.
You know what's such bullshit about that? Who hurt you?
Bruce Banner.
Here's the bullshit about that who hurt you question. Who's walking around over 10 years old unhurt?
Right.
Who? Not a fucking one of us. If you walking around unhurt, then that means you are unlearned and unnecessary, unworthy, unuseful. I need somebody that has been hurt that can go, here's how it happened and here's what I learned so we can share. But they think they saying something. I'm going to say this and land it. Dear black women watching this with your fist ball up, it ain't a damn thing you can say negative about a black man that helps you. I need you to read Isaiah 4. First read Isaiah 3 and find yourself, and then read Isaiah 4 and see what is coming for you.
Yes, sir. You preaching tonight.
Okay, you do that. Keep that. I say this and I mean it. I don't understand how brothers get so upset when these women show you that they're uncoachable. They're raising their hand going, hi, me right here. I'm going to give you word for word in the time of crisis. I ain't shit. Thank you so much. Because there's 2 million more of you, and I'm trying to find the right one. Thank you for moving yourself the fuck out the way.
All right.
Please, I just wanted to say something real quick, y'all.
Go ahead, baby.
We like to paint the narrative that when we have friends who are from the LGBTQIA, that we not fucking them. In our community, this is the truth.
Oh shit!
This
Come
is
on,
the
mama.
truth. People don't want to tell it. They don't want to tell it. They do not want to tell it. But I want you to understand this structure that you see that is dressed, that he's dressed up in a dress with a wig. He still got a pole between his legs. Do you understand what I'm saying? He still has a pole between his legs. And late in the midnight hour when y'all both up there drinking, okay? Because it always from that drinking, y'all both up there drinking, okay? And he tell you, baby, your titty sure look big. She said, you want to touch it? You know, and he touch it. And it go left. Now, there's a lot of women who pregnant by their friend that is gay. There's a lot of women who brought children to this world because their friend that is gay. And I'm going to share something with you. Only why I'm saying this is because I saw it growing up. Only why I'm saying this. And I lived in 3 projects in New Jersey. And I have saw a lot of shit. And they usually be the daddy. So it's not that, oh, you know, she's friends with him for that. Oh, we're just friends because we think alike or we act alike. Yeah, that could be that too. But it's also that we're so close, nobody's gonna know my secret. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's gonna know my secret, and we don't say anything about that. You got to remember too, they're close for a reason. And I'm not saying this happens in every relationship that you have with an LGBTQIA plus person. I'm not saying this happens, but I'm going to share something with you. It's the girls too. Because if you have also the ones who are studs and you friends with them, and then one hot night it go left and y'all be drinking, okay? It go left because we always blaming it on the liquor. What they say, blame it on the liquor.
Blame it on the alcohol, baby.
Listen,
blame it on the goose, got you loose.
Listen, and so it happens. The thing is that just like Crimson Cure said, and I love to repeat what this woman said. But I have to say it today because we are the world's whore. It's sad. It's sad. It's painful.
Say that again, because I couldn't. What you say?
We are the world's whore.
Damn.
And it's sad to say this, but it's true. When you look at situations that happen in our community, instead of us saying that shit don't look right, wait a minute, that shit don't look right, hold on. No, we a clap for that shit. You know, we clap for that shit. Instead of us saying, wait a minute now, that shit don't look right. Okay? No, we clap for it. We think that this makes sense because everybody want to sit up here. You want to be politically correct. I want to be politically correct. And you know that shit ain't right. You know it ain't right. Okay? But you'll say, judge ye not, and ye shall not be judged. Who is without sin cast the first stone. We'll get up here and say that. But that scripture is the way we use it, it's not right. Because we still supposed to judge righteously. Not just, you know what I'm saying, go all willy-nilly and say that this is okay. You still supposed to call it out. I have people in my family that's from the LGBTQIA+. I love them. They my family members. I love them. I just don't love what you do. But I love you. I don't want nothing bad to happen to you. No, I don't. And if somebody get out here and tell me something bad happened to you, I'm going to drive all the way down from South Jersey to get where you at. Because I love you. But I don't agree with your lifestyle. And that's the thing that we have to learn in our community. I love you, but I don't agree with your lifestyle. And I'm done. I'm finished.
Did you miss a letter in there, Take Heed? I think you missed a letter.
Just call them the legitimate. Call them the legitimate.
Jamie has to leave, so we're going to let her go real quick. Go ahead, Jamie.
Hey, I just wanted to talk to Uncle Jeff. I do agree with you on what you said. Like, it's not just get rid of the punk, but you have to see why you hung out with the punk. Now, I did do that process, but you did going into depth. That gives other people listening that they do have to check themselves and figure out why they were friends with that person, right? And so, you know, everybody's for different things. I like the access that came with being friends with him. He wasn't a regular punk. I'll put it that way. I would say that he was. What does that mean?
Explain that, please.
He was in case of emergency, break glass.
Meaning, like he had access. He had like he his family member is a well-known singer.
Okay, you got that backwards. You got it backwards, sis. Okay, you got to search far. Any gay dudes you know that's broke is using their butthole wrong. Because most of the gay dudes I know got bread.
Right, but like,
the gay community is well papered. They're well accessed.
Wait. But that's where you assume that I've had gay friends aside from that one. I didn't. I moved here and I met him at the bar because I was new to this area. But
you called him irregular. So then you don't have a point of reference to call it irregular.
Oh, well, I thought, I don't know. I thought people, I didn't assume that.
You can't call him a regular if you don't have a point of reference.
That says that all gay men have money? Where's the statistic
here. I didn't say it. I didn't say that's not what I said. I didn't say that.
Where do you have your reference from then?
I'm trying to tell you. I take it from Ronald Wilson Reagan. President Ronald Reagan was the first one I heard say this. That most rights in this country are bought. And gay people have more money than most people. You can look that up. Per capita, gay people got bread.
You had a whole president that was bought.
That is true. Gay men have one of the larger household incomes. That's correct.
Yeah, that's real simple. So what I'm telling you is that this is what you said, that he was irregular. If he's the only gay man you know, then how do you know he's irregular?
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, like, I just didn't assume that gay men had money. I don't know. Like, I'm just telling you that we became friends and I stayed friends with him because he had access. That's what I said.
Sure.
Okay, so that, I mean, like that, I don't know anything else. That's I thought he was
Move
irregular
past
because I don't have gay friends like that.
Okay,
I don't know.
that's fair. Well, I got a couple of dudes I'm cool with that's what they do, but we don't hang out. This was actually a conversation of my wife had about one of her friends who started dating this guy who had a bunch of gay friends, and I'm trying to tell you, I don't know no straight dude, because here's the game that every straight man I know plays in his head when a woman walk by. Would you or wouldn't you? All of us. I would like to believe that if all us fellas was hanging out and a beautiful sister walked by with an onion on her, that we would all have something to say, whether we did or not, about how we would tear that ass up. I can't hang out with a dude that
I
is
was just
thinking that.
saying
You see what I'm
that you
saying?
were right, but I was just saying that you were right about assessing why you picked the friends. I don't know about
Sure.
anything else, but I just wanted to say that part was correct. I don't know.
Sense.
I don't know anything else.
Perfect
I just wanted
sense.
to make sure that was assessed or affirmed before I left out of here. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
And thank you, Jamie, again for being with us. I know you got an early day tomorrow, so she'll be leaving us pretty soon. So we appreciate you, Jamie, for coming in and being on the panel with us tonight. We really do.
All right.
So
Thank
Uncle
you,
Rick,
Jamie.
what are your thoughts?
I think everything's been pretty much said. I think Trey made a good. I think what's good, Jeff. How you doing, my guy? Right. I think I got 2 points that I want to reference. The one where Trey said that if gay is so readily accepted, why is it such a negative and used to demean the man? If that's what's so great about it.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so that really let you know, ladies, that really let y'all know that really let men know what y'all think of y'all so-called gay friends. Right, and what's really gonna bake your noodle, right? But when we talking about messages and tone and presentation, isn't it strange that it could be a 1,000 men saying the same thing Charleston White says, but the only reason people listen to him is because he sound ignorant when he say it?
Yep.
That's what's really gonna cook your noodle. And this man, he tell y'all he made a conscious decision to sound ignorant because that's the only way he can get eyes on him. And people sit up there, oh, he's a caricature, because that's what y'all don't. It's not about message. It's not about. This is what I keep telling people. All message. It's not about what's being said. It never is. It's who you like. How you want your pizza delivered. Right? DoorDash bring you the wrong pizza. You're going to eat it anyway. You don't care it's at your house, right? Right? And like I said, I don't entertain gay men or gay women. We have nothing in common.
Nothing.
Again, like I said, I can't have it's difficult having a conversation with people who don't grasp common sense. So how is it that I, as a friend or associate, can hang around you a extended amount of time when you have a perverted view of reality? Tolerance isn't acceptance. I cannot be rude, but that don't mean I accept what the fuck you doing. Nor would I want that energy around me or anywhere near my family. But I said this before everybody said, our people, not just black women, our people cheerlead bullshit.
Yep.
If you know it's negative, why the fuck you cheering for it? I ain't never seen nobody clap at their favorite team fumbling the ball on a touchdown run. Never. It's booze, motherfuckers damn near about to break the TV. But let it be some negative shit that this shit, like I said, we live in bizarre world. I keep telling y'all, we see sin in front of us every day, and people just be like, well, you know, that's the way they feel. Well, you know. The jewels are the most high, staying in the dirt. Y'all take it how y'all want.
Can I just, Black man, a lot of this is because nobody's actually serious about standing on anything, right? One of the reasons why I laugh at feminism is because these women ain't gonna die for it. It's a joke. You ain't gonna die for it. You gonna recruit men to go do the work for you, which I find quite ironic, by the way. But you're gonna recruit men to do it. So you're not really serious about this. I think a lot of the times we have a problem in the Black community because we know, but in order to get what you really need out of the community, somebody gonna have to stand on something. And it may cost you your life. And until that happens, until we understand that, it's just not gonna happen.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not gonna happen. Somebody's gonna have to say, like me, for instance, I had a partner when I was on the department. My partner was a woman. She was a lesbian. We were partners for 3 years. She had my back. Shit got hot and hairy, and she was the one that had my back. She said she was getting married. She invited me to her wedding. I sent back and said, I will not be attending. She called me and she said, why are you not coming to my wedding? I said, you know why I'm not coming to your wedding. You're marrying a woman. I'm not with that shit. You know that. Yeah, but I just thought we're friends. No, I will not be there. I cannot support that at all. And I won't. And I'm sorry that's going to, because it drove a rift in between our friendship. And I wasn't willing to compromise what I believed in so that I can go support you doing something that I don't agree with. I just wasn't going to do it. That's what it's going to take for you looking people that you care about in the eye and saying, I don't rock with you because of the way you live your life. Yeah, you fam. I got some gay people in my. Yeah, you family. I don't fuck with you, bro. Sorry, I don't agree with it. I don't believe it. You're not invited to Thanksgiving. No, you can't come over. No, you can't come to the cookout. No, I'm not inviting you to the kids' graduations. I don't want you around at all.
But you homophobic, Trey.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay, then guess what? I will stand right in the front and I will wear a shirt that says I'm homophobic because that's what it's going to take. Somebody got to stand on something and say, I don't give a fuck what you call me.
Come on.
I don't give a damn what you call me.
Come on.
Yeah, but you're correct. You're correct, Trey, because that's why I talked about accountability earlier. But when you have pastors in church, pastors in churches supporting that lifestyle,
yeah,
and not standing on business. I mean, if you preach out of a certain book, and that book says this is not supposed to happen, and you're like, well, it's okay. I think they're accepted, or you accept, other people. No, you hate the sin but love the sinner. But you're not gonna have that person who represents the Skittle Nation leading your choir. You can't have a guy who says, I'm not that no more, being your bishop. You can't have that. So when the churches are accepting it and more women are in your churches, then what are we doing? There's no accountability. So like you're saying, Trey, there's no accountability. We need to stand on business. And like you said, I respect the fact you say, you know what? I'm not coming to your wedding. And you know why I'm not coming to your wedding. I like you as a person. I don't like what you do as a person. And that's what we have to differentiate. Hate the sinner. Love the sinner, but hate the sin.
I'm not cool with the sinner if they are in the knowledge and not ignorant to what they're doing.
Right.
I think that's the biggest problem. You got to hold people accord to their belief. What do you believe for real? Yeah. That's what people don't understand. Are you people like around here? Y'all, I tell Trey this all the time. We him talk. I'm by myself most times.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because why are we continue to hang around? I don't care if it's your mama. I don't care. If a person is not moving correct, they shouldn't be around you. You should not allow people around you. And that's why I say all the time, like, you're going to die alone at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody, God, when I speak to the Most High and it's my turn, He ain't gonna say, oh, and I'll be like, oh, well, my mama said that ain't no. You're judged by your works and your works alone. Right? And the moment you realize that as a man, to me, that's when you grown. Ain't nobody coming to save you here or with you when you meet God. Ain't nobody coming to save you, and you can't blame it on nobody else. But that's what our people continue to do. Well, that's my sister. Your sister bogus as fuck, bro. That's your mama. Your mama ain't shit. Your daddy wasn't shit. But we'll continue to hold on to people and let them destroy not only their life, because they had their chance, they had their time in the sun, they made their choices. Right? This is your life. And until the Most High bring us back, as far as we all know, it's the only one you got. Stop, like, this is crazy, man. It'd be different if we was all on the same accord, man. But we know that shit's not gonna happen, bro. We need to stop lying to ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We need to stop lying to ourselves. That's all I got.
I kind of wanted to piggyback on what Brother Professor said when he said it's books in the Bible that speak against that. Let's be real clear. Those books are Leviticus and Romans, where God ain't too clear about what color car you ought to drive. But He's crystal clear. This is the issue I have, and I have gay people in my family. Number one, like you said about dying alone, everybody in a plane crash dies alone. Number two, if you get married in a building that's not a Pizza Hut, in front of a man that's not a plumber, that's holding a book that's not the Yellow Pages, I'm gonna have to ask how you high hurdle Leviticus and Romans. How did you do that? How did you you gonna force feed yourself to God? I don't know how you're doing that, and something we're not people may not know this, but look this up. This is a very low kept secret. HIV transmission from woman to man is damn near impossible. Damn near. You will get struck by lightning riding down the street backwards on a unicorn first before you get it from it. Look it up, bro. So you know what this means. Women, sisters who lead in the HIV virus, sisters who got it, didn't get it from dudes that was sleeping with other women and gave it to them. They were sleeping with dudes that was sleeping with other dudes and gave this to them.
Mm-hmm.
And don't nobody want to be honest about this. No, everybody wants to play it like it's something else when it comes to, and then I'll say this and land the plane. Judge not, lest ye be judged. Here's how you throw that bullshit out when you hear it. The word judge was misquoted, was miswritten in the Bible. When it was translated from Aramaic, it was condemn not, lest ye be condemned. The root word in judgment is judge. That's how I know who to leave my kids with. But most young people don't care who they leave their kids with because their kids are just a problem for 18 years.
Mm-hmm.
They're not something to raise. They're not an investment in the future. They're not something to bounce against their mistakes and make better.
They're not you. Time travel.
Right. Come on, Rick. My hat's off to anybody that stands on it. That stand on what you got to say. You can do what you want to do. I have a son that's gay. I'm like, look here. I knew you was. Ain't nobody touched you. I did. This is that. Ain't nobody diddle with you. I knew you was gay when you was 18 months old. You ain't supposed to use your tongue on the bottle, are you? I knew. I've been knowing. I've been knowing. It ain't no shock.
You ain't shit. Good
Look,
job.
look here, you gonna come out and fuck up Thanksgiving for my grandmama. What the fuck for? Who here was confused when you said that shit? Was it the double dutch or the braiding hair that had everybody wondering about you? Some folks, yes. And this is something I'm gonna ask the creator. I'm gonna ask the Most High, because I don't know. I don't know. I do know. Everybody here know that dude that ain't nobody touched. That he just a little extra with it. He over there with the legitimates. Now, that would mean that if God sees this as an abomination, then that would mean that he made my son just to hate him. And I don't serve a God like that. So I got questions. However, I don't buy that homophobia shit either. To me, it's like watching a dog eat cat shit. It's just it's repulsive to me. I'm not afraid of you. I'm afraid of because I fly on them so much. I'm afraid of dying in a plane crash. I'm afraid I'm gonna land here. I'm afraid of my children, me dying before I can tell my children everything. I'm afraid of letting, not spiders necessarily, but letting them live, because I don't know who's poisonous and they might bite a member of my family. So everybody got to go. So, but other than that, this homophobia bullshit, I'm so glad Trey said it. Yeah, okay, go on, call me that. Ping, it bounced off. I'm gonna be that, but I ain't doing it.
I have a question for the panel. Say, for instance, just hypothetically speaking, we all went to church together, and we sat in church, and the pastor got up, and he said this.
But I want to acknowledge this month of Pride as we honor and celebrate the life and the love of those who identify differently than many of us. Here's the truth of the matter, that at Alpha Street, we desire to create a safe space for all of God's children to love, to worship, to be seen, to be served, to be safe, to be in a place where they can honor God in their lives. And I am proud to be part of a church that respects that.
How you gonna honor God in your life when you ain't honoring God with it?
Right.
You know, what's the point of having a Bible?
That's a great question, Trey.
It's a menu. It's a menu. Welcome to Holy World. How may I help you? Yeah, let me get an order of speaking in tongues and casting out demons. Yeah, but what about monogamy? No, you keep that. It's All-Star Weekend. I want to fuck this weekend.
Yeah, hold that.
Let me get a diet gay.
Yeah, right. Because here's the thing. I know some things. I know I'm gonna have to answer for some things. Trust me, every day I have a conversation with myself going, how in the hell am I going to explain my fornicating? How am I going to explain this?
Well, what happened was
right. I've come to grips with the fact that I got to take that L. And whatever consequences he deems for me, I got to take them.
Come on.
Because I know better. At this point in my life, I know better. And yet I just talked about folding up Brittany Renner. I know better.
Right?
But where I get confused is, and the reason why I'm speaking up on this, BMU, because I'm going to tell you a story real quick. My sister lives in LA. My sister lives in LA.
Oh, okay.
And for those of you who live in California, is a pretty liberal place, especially Los Angeles is quite liberal.
Absolutely.
And she wanted to go to church. And of course, by her living in LA, she goes to a church where a lot of celebrities go to these churches. And it's not really a church more so as it is a social gathering than anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I was starting to notice some things. There were women in the pulpit, there were women preaching. And so I told my sister very politely, I'll be outside. When you're done, come outside. So I guess she didn't figure it out, but she came outside. She asked, she said, what was the problem? I said, I don't know what that is. That ain't church.
Come on now.
That is not the rock in which he built it. That's not it. I don't know what that is. There's a whole lot of things going on in there that the Bible says should not be happening. And I am not a Bible thumper. I'm just not. But I was raised in the church. My grandmother raised me. I sung in the choirs and played on the basketball teams and did the whole nine, right? But I know daggone well that ain't supposed to be happening. And when I see the feminine men, I can't say what another gay, but they look pretty gay to me. But when I see the feminine men in the pulpit preaching, now we really got some issues here. We got a lot of issues. So I just politely excused myself and I went and sat out in the car and waited. And when she wanted to have this conversation, what I would have done, BMU, is I would have done the same thing. I'm out. I'm not going to sit here and support this because you wrong as wrong can be. No different than me being as wrong can be by fornicating, by not getting married first. I'm just as wrong.
And let me say this about the fornicating. You know, David was a fornicator. He sent a dude to battle because he got his wife pregnant and got him killed. So I'm just saying fornicating is you know, it is what it is. But what that preacher said is completely incorrect. Like, again, I said it before. You hate you love the sinner but hate the sin. So at the end of the day, as a pastor, I would accept gay people in my church. I just wouldn't I would just let them know that homosexuality is still wrong according to what the Bible is saying. So because Jesus saved a sinner on the cross. He talked to a woman at the well and said, "Hey, you know, the dude you with ain't your husband, so you need to go and sin no more." So at the end of the day, like you accept the homosexual into your church, but you're not putting them in the pulpit. He's not leading no choirs. You getting them saved. And if he's want to do or dress how he wants to dress, he wants to be like Dwayne Wade's kid and show up like that. That's a whole different situation. But again, I still say hate the sin, love the sinner, because if I'm letting fornicators in my church, liars in my church, cheaters in my church, I have to let gays in my church because a sin is a sin is a sin. It's all the same to God.
Well, actually not.
Okay.
Fornication is not an abomination.
Okay.
God is very clear.
So I'm good then.
But lying is an abomination.
Oh yeah, lying, absolutely. No, well, it's not that you're good, it's that you're guilty with an explanation, Lord. Okay.
Like
Lord,
a speeding
you saw how
ticket.
you made them. God, come on now. Can I live in the low rent section of heaven? Can I live? I'll deal with roaches. I'll deal with holy roaches.
I'm still in there.
Section H.
I'm still in there.
Oh yes, I will deal. I will live in the Section 8 section of heaven. Yes, yes, I understand. I say a man should be with as many women as he can be honest with. That's absolutely.
Well, in this day and time, that may be a few.
Well, if it's going to be okay. If I'm wrong, so is Isaiah 4. Explain David. Explain Solomon.
Yeah.
Explains to make work Solomon out.
There's nothing to explain. It's just because it's descriptive, it's not prescriptive. Just because it's there doesn't make it any work. That it's okay because it's there.
Okay, well, could you tell me where God was unpleased with Solomon having that many wives? If that's anywhere in there.
Unpleased by, well, certainly when Jesus said that, again, you're supposed to have one wife. So again, what he allowed doesn't necessarily mean that he rocked with it.
Okay.
But now, as far as the abominations that he's talking about, 6 says 7 things are detestable: haughty eyes, a lying tongue, a hand that sheds innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked schemes, feet that are quick to rush to do evil, a false witness or slanderer, and who lies, and a person who stirs up conflict in the community. Those are the detestable things that are listed. That comes out of Proverbs chapter 6, verses 16 to 19.
Sure.
I'm not going to say that again. Homosexual. Again, I think it's hard to get around that one. Even as generous as you want to be about it, it's very hard. But I can't go. Why is this issue like the number one issue out there when I just listed 7 things that are considered detestable, but people do those things all the time?
Okay,
so again, as far as the condemnation, and I agree with the rendering where it says it shouldn't be judge, it should be condemnation. I agree with that. But again, there's a lot of people doing a lot of condemning when there's a lot of things that they're doing that is detestable in the eyes of God also. So that's the only thing that's a struggle for me. I'm not saying I'm with the go and do that, but I think that we get so fixated on this And that's really, and I don't see how this is the major issue. If most black women aren't getting married, I don't think it's because of necessarily that community. We got all kinds of issues that we need to deal with, but this issue seems to take up all the oxygen in the room most of the time. And I just don't understand that.
Can I?
I wish
Can I
for the women would get married, but it's
get on
first
that?
Kings 1 through 13 is what sought by Solomon. So go ahead, take heed.
So what I want to say is that, and all of you gentlemen on this panel, most of y'all understand the Bible better than I do. I'm not going to sit up here and act like I'm a Bible thumper. I'm not. But I will say this. It says in the Bible that the wage of sin is death, right?
Mm-hmm.
The wage of sin is death. So it doesn't matter what the sin is. Either it be small or big. It's still a sin against Yahweh, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as me, right? You could take my platform, okay? My platform. I condemn a lot of things. Mind you, my hands are soaked with blood. I condemn a lot of things that's not right. But I'm standing here and I'm up here with my hands soaked in blood. But the thing is what I teach is that I don't want you to follow what happened with me. I don't want you to go down the same road that happened with me, because when judgment day come, God is going to tell me, you know what you have done. You know what you have done. So I don't want you to get the same punishment as me. So when I come as hard as I do to my sisters, it's to teach you. I don't want you to be in the same predicament as me. And I'll share this little tidbit with you. Either you be gay or you out here fornicating. It's still a sin. It's still a sin. This is the thing that we miss. Either you get out here and you have a whole bunch of baby daddies, or either you be married. Okay? Either you be married. Now, the thing is that we would rather be baby mamas, because we don't want to take the responsibility to be a wife. We think that's too hard. But being a baby mama and raising children alone is the most hardest thing in the world. But we'll tell women, you can raise children alone. This is a false ideology that we have pumped into our community. And yes, other communities do it, but I'm going to share something with you. I'm a Black woman, so I'm coming for my sisters. I'm not going to come for no Caucasian, no Asian, no Hispanic. I'm not coming for them. They not we are sisters in the midst of us saying we are women. But if we the same shade, baby, I'm looking at you. I'm talking to you because my community is messed up. It's not the Asians and the Hispanics and the Caucasians. Their community is not as messed up as ours. When it's 38% of us only married. And most of those percent right there, that 38%, some of them are married outside of our community. So our community is the problem. Yes, other communities have shit going on with them, but ours is the worst. 80% baby mamas. That means we fucking and we don't care. We fucking and just having babies. We don't give two shits how the baby grow up. We don't give two shits. And this is the thing. And I'm going to share something with you that hurts the most. We will get out here and jump on a bandwagon with the Supreme Court and be upset with the Supreme Court when they said Roe meets Wade. Am I saying that correctly?
Roe versus Wade.
Okay, so we'll sit out here. I always say it wrong, y'all. So when we get out here and we telling them to stop what they're doing, that a woman has the right to choose and this and that, I want to share something with you. Say that on the day of Judgment Day. Tell God that. How many kids you have deleted and took them out of here. How much blood you have on your hands. I'm going to be in the same line.
A year.
I'm going to be
$500,000 a year.
And I'm going to be in the same line with you, trying to explain why I did it too. And this is the thing that we miss in our community. We are deleting our own. Blood is on your hands, but we sitting out here marching, talking about, oh, y'all shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do this. You know what you should have done? Kept your motherfucking legs closed. Clink, clink.
Oops.
Or either you got married. So now when you get up there and get pregnant, you just look at your husband. He already tell you, I know that night you had your leg on the top of the ceiling up there. That's when I got you pregnant. Now that's when you understand the assignment. But we sit up here and we will say, oh, I should have the right. I should have the right. The problem is that you say you should have the right, but you're not making proper judgment. When you get out here and you can have all these deletions, okay, and you say, oh, no, I'm this, I'm that, but you're killing your own. We miss this part. And I'm done. I'm going to land it.
You know what? Real quick, Professor. I think that I hate to hear that too. You know, I've been around a lot of women in the corporate world that talk about look at Chicago. It's a damn shame, boy. Men really need to step up because all them boys out there, they young boys, they just killing each other every day. Just killing, I'm telling you, black men have gotten out of line. And I said, you know what? I said, you're absolutely right. I said, they have. I said, but I'm gonna say this because you open this up for discussion. So there's no HR issue here because you said something that you shouldn't have said either. However, I'm going to say this, and I said it's not going to be sexy. I said if since I want to say 70 or 69, there have been over 25 million baby deletions by black women. Chicago just trying to catch up, and they never will. The most dangerous, and I heard somebody say this, I'm trying to remember who said it. The most dangerous person to a baby is the black woman. They're number one in baby deletions.
And elderly. And elderly deletions.
And yeah, and so I think you're the most dangerous. And so, you know, when y'all talk about black on black crime, hell, if they could sentence women for the baby deletions, how many years would you get?
No, because it's legal. Planned Parenthood is legal. You able to do that because it's legal. You know, and then we sit up here and we want to say your body, your choice, my body, my choice. But when you're not making the right decisions, you know what I'm saying? If you can get out here, you're not making the right decisions with your body. It's my body, my choice. So you have the right to protect your body. We got to stop sitting up here saying he got me pregnant when you know good and hell well you should have used a condom or not slept with him in the first place.
But take heed. Take heed.
You're right.
Protecting your body don't feel good.
Oh no, I know. I fuck raw all the time.
It doesn't feel good.
I'm saying I know it. I know it doesn't feel good, but that's the problem. Sex is meant for married folk. That's why. So you can fuck raw. Okay. But y'all don't get that. Y'all be like, nah, it's for everybody, you know. Everybody can take this ride. But when the ride is done, you don't want to take the responsibility. When a married woman get pregnant, you know what her husband do? He cut his eye at her. He laughed. He said, I remember the night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you out here
in the
fucking
song
around doing nonsense, that's right. And when you out here fucking around doing nonsense and you doing one night stands, you just met this man, one night stand, you gonna go fuck him raw, and now you get pregnant, and you gonna say, well, we don't have a good relationship together. Of course. One night stand, baby. And you done got pregnant, of course you don't have a good parenting relationship because he just thought he was fucking you for one night. He didn't think it was going to be 18 years. Okay? So that's what it is.
No, and you're right. And BMU, you said it earlier, and I sort of said it. Black women have led the deletions since Roe v. Wade was passed.
Wow.
Even to this day, 38.4% of all abortions of all deletions are done by black women. In addition to, I said incorrect. It's 390 out of 1,000. So 390 babies out of 1,000 are deleted on a yearly basis, and this is all CDC. If you're looking at the children under wedlock, it's 69.4%. 69.4% of Black women are having babies out of wedlock. The next closest is Hispanic women. But the difference between Hispanic women and Black women is the Hispanic women may have their babies out of wedlock, but their men are right there in the household. So you're exactly,
It's
you're
multi-generational
100%.
household also. They live in communities.
You're 100% correct. So, and you're right. Well, it don't feel good that night, but there's multiple ways of contraception. So having a baby is not something that we should be doing. Marry before you carry, but also that goes back to what I said earlier about accountability and responsibility and shaming. If we go back to shaming the women who get pregnant out of wedlock, we go back to holding those women accountable. Well, I believe that could to lower the out of wedlock babies, and we gotta hold men accountable as well.
You can't shame the shameless.
Right.
Right. Shame comes from the outside, and it only works if that person respects or has high regard for those who are doing the shaming. Unless that person has guilt, that's something internal. Unless they have guilt, they won't do it. But shaming from the if you don't respect your older aunties and the elder women in your community who might be, and that's assuming that they're giving you that. Because look, I'm Gen X. I'm Gen X, I'm baby boomer, and a lot of the stuff came from our generation. So again, who's then checking them, because this has been going on for a long time.
You're right.
Mr. Bennett,
I want to show y'all something real quick, and then we'll get back into the conversation. Thank y'all for being here. Hit the like button, subscribe button. I want to show y'all this video real quick, and I think will tie into what y'all about to get into. So let's watch it. Here we go.
Don't work on themselves is because culturally we were taught that we are enough regardless.
That's true.
And that's not saying that, okay, we are daughters of God. Like, yes, we are valuable, we're worthy, we're washed with the blood, right? But oh my gosh, especially in this time, it don't matter what you do, you are a prize, right? It doesn't matter, especially once that girl, what's Steve Harvey's daughter name?
Lori.
Yeah, she did a interview on the red carpet that went viral, and it's like, what's one thing that you want to tell the girls? Just remember you are the prize. And the women ran with it, and I think that did such a disservice to actual emotional growth for women, actual mental growth for women, actual spiritual growth for women, because it's like, no, that's actually inaccurate. It doesn't matter how bad you are, it don't matter how good you are in the bedroom.
Man, she's pretty.
Can
I go first, please?
Yeah, culturally appropriate blonde hair.
So I love when and I saw a content creator had said this a couple days ago, and she was a Caucasian woman. She was beautiful too. And she said the problem is that beautiful women, pretty privileged, have came to social media and they said, sister girl, don't accept nothing less, you are the prize. Okay? So pretty privileged women will get all that and more because of the way she looks. She will get that all and more because the way she looks. But you will have pretty women come to social media and tell women who are average Joes like me, oh, don't accept nothing less, you are the prize. And no matter what kind of shit you got going on, he gonna still want you. That's a lie. That's a lie from the pit of hell. Because we love to get up here and paint this narrative. I am sugar and spice and everything nice. And no matter what, a man gonna want me. We love to preach that narrative, right? Okay? We love it. And so with that being said, just like Steve Harvey's daughter came up there on the red carpet and said, you are the prize, she's pretty privileged. Of course she says she's the prize. She believes she's the prize. But when time get ready to tell her the truth, she gonna understand the assignment and it'll be too late. And this is the thing that our women do. While they're young and they think that they know everything, and then when they get as old as me and ain't nobody checking for them, You gonna be up here like Vivica Fox talking about she looking for boyfriend applications. 60 years old talking about you looking for boyfriend applications. And this is the thing that we do, that you will get people on these social media streets that will pander to our women and say, no matter what you do, you're right. No matter what you do, no matter how many baby daddies you got, no matter how many bodies you got, you are right. You are the prize. And this is a false ideology. We go out and we just let our women believe it. You are not the prize. You aren't. And this is the thing. Nobody wants to tell the truth. How can you be the prize when you got all these baby daddies and the children? We leading at 80% baby mama. That's a problem. That's a problem, but we don't want to address that. Oh no, she's good. It doesn't matter. No, this is a problem here. But everybody will get out here and they will say, well, the other cultures do this and the other cultures do that. First of all, I'm African American. I'm looking at you. You African American, I'm looking at you. Now, I have other sisters who come around me from different races, but I love them as well. But I'm talking to my sister. I'm looking in the mirror. I'm looking at you. You my problem, baby. You my problem. Because when people see the ratchetness, the two front lines of our community is all ratchetness, they think the rest of us is the same. They think none of us go to work. They think everybody out here drinking and smoking and fucking and everything. But there's people after the two front lines. There are people who go to work every day and take care of their family and love their children and train their children, and their children do something with their lives. Those are not the ones that get looked at. It's always the motherfuckers in the front that look like howdy motherfucking duty. And I'm done. I'm finished.
And I'll take heed. A lot of people, Uncle Jeff, before you go and before y'all cook, because I want to make sure I put the rest of the shrimp in the gumbo here. A lot of people said, what about, right? Somebody on Facebook right here said, what about the married folks? What about the married women? Well, I'm so glad you said that because I have a video for that shit too. Here it is right here.
After married men are seen as negative and something that is unworthy and dishonorable, right? But I want to focus on another type of woman, and that woman is the wife, the actual wife, but not just any wife, a certain type of wife. And this certain type of wife, the Bible speaks of her, and she is called Jezebel. Jezebel is a type of woman that literally robs the authority from her husband. Jezebel literally robs the man of his masculinity and his leadership. And she wants to be in charge, and she wants things to go her way, or else everything is going to hell. Why? Because a Jezebel is a spirit that comes to control, manipulate, and destroy. A Jezebel spirit is going to be someone that is going to want to be in charge, but not for the glory of God. Someone that's going to want to be in charge for self.
Let me just say this, a mature woman that really wants to grow, one that is self-aware, has self-discipline and self-control, and really wants to change her life for the better, she will not be with a man that will not call her out on her shit. She does not want a yes man because she always wants to be growing and bettering herself. So ladies, if you are not ready for him to call you out on your shit, then you probably should just stay single. God here. And let me just say this, a mature.
All right.
Listen, guys, I need to run. So, but I wanted Uncle Jeff. I know you were a couple times before we got into the conversation. I thought you had something you wanted to say to me or rebut something that I had said earlier. So I didn't want to just jump out without giving you a chance to respond before I leave. Was there anything that you had for me before I leave, sir?
Well, it's really on another track now to go back there. However,
that's fine.
However, I do want to co-sign something you said about us both being Gen Xers, and
Right.
I'm gonna do this as fast as I can. My mama was baby mama 1.0, and I'm gonna tell you how this happened. 1946 is when she was born. This was the year after World War II.
Correct.
She was the baby boomer generation.
Right.
This group of this was the last group of black women that was sent down, that were sent down south. Remember, you used to send black women down south when they got pregnant. Tell everybody she broke her leg. She gone. She's away from the rest of you. The 60s was the last of that. Then in her formative 20s years, the feminist movement hit. The baby boomer black females was the first ones to get the full dose of American feminism. And let's be clear about what that is. Feminism, in its true sense, is about the white woman being mad at the white man because she didn't get her fair share of what he stole from the Indians. And that don't have a fucking thing to do with you.
Right.
Nothing.
Right.
Two, this thing that we keep having about marriage and family, those two things don't apply to us as people of the sun the way they apply to Europeans. They don't. And I think that's something we are all trying to get around. Okay, fine. If you are, which is along with your diet and your God and your language, they took this from you. You're not going to have a choice. Here's the choice now. This is before you count the women of other races clamoring to get with us and fighting in line. Before you count the sweet pickles, the day-days, the mud-faced dudes, the dudes that don't want shit, ain't doing shit, before you count all of them, you outnumber us by 2 million. 2 million. What this means roughly is that it's about 16-1. Man, if you just gonna stay with black women. So what y'all are saying is if you want monogamous marriage in a family, which if I had the time, I could break down the word family and show you how it don't have shit to do with you. What you're saying is that one black man is going to take one black woman and sentence the other 15 to a lifetime of no man at all. That's what you're saying. That math does not make sense. You're going to go back to where you were. You were never supposed to be in a family. The destruction of the black family is the best thing to happen. And it has been talked about. Nobody wants to sacrifice this generation of scallywag ass people. And they are not going to make it with what comes next. You don't have to worry about them. Their ways, their ideas that have turned them into savages, the savages that we are not. It is us. It is us with this way of being that is the only thing that's going to survive. That shit is going to take care of itself. And what's going to be left? Bruh, if I'm wrong, so is Isaiah 4. If I'm wrong, we're in a lifetime where everything's going to be straight now and we're going to get right back to 1-1. No, we not. Crimson Cure. I'll say this and then I got to go because I got to run Mrs. Brown some bath water. The Crimson Cure, Danica Marie, Reva, bruh, and you go look on Facebook. My wife found this Persian cat here. It's a gang of these sisters that represent what I like.
I don't say nothing, Uncle Jeff, because I did see it. I wasn't gonna be disrespectful,
nigga.
But you said it,
nigga,
so
and prettier on the inside.
Yeah, I saw her one day. I said, "Okay, she's Uncle Jeff." I don't know if he put on. I don't know what happened. You know,
nigga, my wife don't look good for 55. My wife look good. My wife 55, built like Beyonce, vegetarian. Anyway,
the fuck she doing with you? No.
Look here.
Right.
I didn't want to ask it. I didn't say anything.
Right.
He asking too many questions.
Yeah, that's because you don't know me well. You'll figure
Tell
it
him,
out.
Jim. Tell him, Jim.
Look here. I ain't gonna pop my collar up here. Anyway.
Pop it, player. Pop it, player.
Come on, tell him.
No, I ain't gonna tell him.
Pop it, player. Pop it.
You already know, man. I've been
doing
following
that,
that
man.
Jeff since 2012. Dog. Don't play with me, boy. Don't play with me, man. I got you.
My point is this, fellas. My point is this. You come from a village. The kids don't belong to you. They belong to the village. This is why back in the day, you could get your ass whooped on the way home from school 3 times for the same offense. Because the village raised you. We got into this European family shit. This individualism. This way of counting taxes for units. That's what a family is about. Look up the word famulus. That is the Latin word that family comes from. That means group of workers. That's European shit. Yes, you are supposed to be a man, and this don't mean he fucking them all. This means that me, Mr. Bennett, Professor, all of us, if all of us are in the same tribe, and we go out to hunt, which is what's coming, because you're gonna have to hunt in these streets for your food and figure it out. And we go out, and one of us don't come back. One of us has to accept that wife and do her bidding. I already do bidding for 3 of my wife's friends because they don't have no man, and I ain't fucking none of them.
Oh, okay. I was going to ask that question.
Oh no. I ain't their man that way. They don't have a man that way. But here's the deal.
Okay.
If I'm gonna do your bidding and you gonna see a new man, that man will stand counsel with me and my homies, and we will tell you what we think of him. If we say no and you go with him, now he does your bidding.
Mm-hmm.
However that turn out is however that turn out. But goddamn it, we told you.
It is what it is.
That's the way we are going forward. You're gonna have to do away with it, bruh. You're gonna have to do away. This concept of monogamy was never for you, ever. It doesn't make sense even mathematically. A woman comes to the earth with the 400 or so eggs that she can have fertilized. Before we leave here, all of us will have made enough sperm to repopulate China 30 times. It is not even mathematically possible. It is not. Drop that and understand. I'll say this, I'll land, and I'm up out of here, y'all. We are going to have to sacrifice these people you complaining about. And the return of Big Mama is Danica Marie, Reva, Crimson Cure, Sister Take Heed. You represent Big Mama's return. These heifers don't. Big Mama, I say this all the time. Everybody say we need Big Mama back, but don't nobody want her job. Don't nobody want Big Mama's real job. Big Mama wasn't concerned with being sexy. Big Mama was concerned with feeding everybody. Big Mama, yeah, I'm gonna land it here. I'm gonna tell you a prime example of Big Mama. Soul Food. Y'all remember the movie Soul Food?
Mm-hmm.
Beginning at the wedding when Mekhi Phifer, somehow this heifer that wasn't invited is oiling her ass all over him. And Vivica Fox and her sisters is finna handle this ghetto style.
Mm-hmm.
And they come back in the room and there's a circle. You can't see the circle, but everybody going, oh, oh. And when they tear the circle back, who is Lim?
Big Mama was there.
Because Big Mama is the peacemaker. Big Daddy was the peacekeeper. That's the way that's supposed to go. At least that's the way it go down in here. That's how I keep a woman that goddamn fine. All right, y'all.
Hold on, Uncle Jeff. Hold on, black man. Put my shit up right there. Put me on the big screen right there. I want him to read this, and I want to hear what he has to say before he go. I might have to get rid of that.
True or false, the best way to know how much mom loves you is by the caliber of man she selected as your father. Ooh, wow, that's deep. I No.
False.
False. The truest way to know how much your mama loves herself is by the man she chose as your father.
God damn.
If she loved her,
Preach,
she
preacher.
can't love you right.
Preacher.
If you
Speaking of preaching, if y'all are around Sunday, I am the pastor of the First Church of Holy Shit. It comes on every Sunday at 4 LA time. Somebody fucked up and told me God was everywhere, so I pray right here, saves me 10%. I never miss a game, and I invite you to save 10% on your soul insurance by switching to Don't Go and come on in here and talk. Let's talk about God for real, because in order to believe God has a name, you have to believe a man. Some man told you what God's name is. You don't have to believe a man to believe that God exists. And I don't care if you call him Jesus, Buddha, Allah, or Joey Bag of fucking donuts. What we doing over here is putting another O next to his name, and we going in search of your good, because that's how it got hijacked. You went looking for God and found religion.
Yeah.
So we're going to knock the religion off, and let's talk about how we get to good together. And we can smoke weed, we can cry, and talk and get real about the creator.
Well, Uncle Jeff, before you go and run a bath and eat some ass tonight, I wanted to show you.
I don't know about all that, bro.
Oh, okay,
I'm telling you right now. That's where hepatitis 3 come from. I don't need no hepatitis.
And pink eye.
Yeah, all that. All that. I done had it 14 years, ain't ate it. No.
Don't put my name in it.
It's other places of interest. That's what I say about my ass. You ain't got to, my ass, my body's like the mall. All the shit that you want to deal with is in the front. Ain't nothing back there. Ain't nothing that's exit. That's exit. You don't go to the mall and go to the back, nigga. You go to the
Yeah, before you go,
Say no to
your insight
You
on
can't
that.
Hang on, just black man. You cannot have respect to Uncle Jeff. You cannot have him and what's my man OG J Speed. You can't have him on the same show.
Oh, that's my man.
That's too much. That's too much oxygen in the room. There's not enough oxygen for everybody. You can't have those two on the same show, bro.
I don't eat the big piece of chicken. I eat the whole fucking chicken. I eat the whole chicken. Y'all make some soup out these fucking bones when I'm done.
I want everybody to get in on the videos we saw, but I definitely want to get this last one in, then we could discuss all of them as a whole and then close out. But I want to just get your perspective on a recap of this.
Trillionaires in America. I mean, billionaires in America. And what's happening? They're in a situation where they, in fact, pay 8.2% in taxes. If they just paid 24%, 25%, either one of those numbers, they'd raise $500 million, billion dollars, I should say, in a 10-year period. We'd be able to wipe out his debt. We'd be able to help make sure that all those things we need to do, child care, elder care, making sure that we continue to strengthen our healthcare system, making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID. Excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to deal with. Look,
the fuck I just hear.
Take it off street,
Medicare.
Thank you, President.
Oh my gosh. Listen, I should have been off here 30 minutes ago, right? So I have to go. So I'm just gonna do all right. So rapid fire. Man, Jeff messed me up, man. Oh, goodness. There's a couple of points that were made as far as the abortion thing or the deletion thing. Nigeria, that is illegal, but they still have 400,000 a year with 40,000 deaths. You can look those numbers up too. So again, whether it's here or not, the bottom line, you got poor people who do desperate action. It's still going to go on. So again, we got to tackle the issue of poverty, and we got to tackle the issue of our lifestyle. If you're in that situation, you got to change your behaviors before you get there. That should be the last thing we should be thinking about. As far as the Jezebel video, look, I've heard this for years. I don't know where this comes from. Jezebel, obviously, she was an evil woman in the Bible, but there's been a ton of evil men there. No one talked about an Ahab spirit. He was called the worst man, one of the most evil rulers in history. No one talks about an Ahab spirit, but everyone wants to talk about this Jezebel spirit. It's not biblical, and I wish we would stop talking about it, because it's just blowing up. Every time you see a woman doing badly, we call her a Jezebel. No, she's a human being who does evil things just like all human beings do. So we just need to get off that trope. I just don't like that at all. And as far as the last video that you showed, we could do better, a lot better than unfortunately the choices that we have right now. So with that, I bid you guys a good night, and hopefully I'll see you guys on Friday. You guys take care.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Bennett. Have a good night, brother.
Mr. Bennett, you lucky on a couple of, you lucky I'm running bath water. And we ain't got time to go into Jezebel. I don't give a fuck about what's going on Nigeria. I'm talking about 60th and Damon, where I'm from. I'm talking about the people who potato salad ain't got no raisins in it, that the inventors of the elect. We're talking about them. Okay, can we discuss them by themselves? Why is it that whenever you bring up the black woman, there is some dude that is counsel for the defendant, Your Honor? Dude, it is time for the black woman to stand trial on her shit and her shit alone. And I don't give a fiddler's fuck who don't like her. Now, with regard to them two old men that you saw, I'm running the water, baby. Tell me where they saw
of being a cream puff.
Regard to them to them two men, what you are basically dealing with is babe, come here for a minute. What you are dealing with. Hi, my love. Come here. Just come here. Just come. I wish Mr. Bennett was still here. You could have kept your glasses on. It don't matter. Just say hi to everybody. Hi, this is Mrs. Brown. Hi,
hey, Miss Brown.
Hey, Miss Brown. How you doing, Miss Brown?
Just saying hi. You can't.
How you doing?
It's you, Darren.
Yeah. Puppy pushing. But yes, I got this. I got run. I'm running bath water. I got things to do. I can't. Man. God is good. Yes, God is good.
All the time.
Good all the time. All the damn time.
All the time.
God
is good.
You're so messy.
And she's prettier. That's how you, when you hear a Christian man, that's how they flirt. Oh, bless the Lord. Oh, my soul. That's they said all
and
that
all
shit.
that's within me. Amen.
Yeah, they talking all that shit. When they say anyway, I ain't gonna be up here long.
You said that 20 minutes.
Now you sound like a Baptist preacher. I ain't gonna hold you long.
Bruh, I was carried in church. I like to say I love God. I just fired King James as his publicist. And I usually don't argue the Bible with people who don't have passports. If you haven't been,
we need the organ going.
We can't discuss the Bible.
Man, I got it right here too.
Right, most black folks, most arguing the Bible with Black Americans is like arguing the Marvel universe with somebody who only knows that the Hulk is green when he get mad.
You better say it,
bruh. You don't. If you haven't been anywhere. If the concept of Jesus being supposedly 2,000 years old and the letter J is only 500, if you don't want to get with that, then we can't talk. Anyway, we would. What was I talking about before that? What was I talking about?
The presidents.
The two presidents.
Thank you. What you were discussing is a plantation with one group of pickaninnies on one side rooting for one master and one group rooting for the other master to see whether we're going to paint the wagon red or blue. There has been, if somebody to include the 9 black ones before Obama and the 18 before George Washington.
Well,
could somebody point me out a good president for black people?
All right.
There's not been one. As long as the Dred Scott decision has never been overturned. Your right to vote is voted on every 25 years, and it hasn't been. There is nothing. You are not going to vote your way out of this. There's only one way out. And I said this on Zoe Williams' podcast yesterday. These are the 3 words that Black people are most afraid of. We are enough. We are enough. That scares the shit out of Black people. Scares them to death. How you gonna talk about how we getting together and there's still an NBA? There's still an NFL. If the NFL was 85% Armenians, do you think the Koreans would own it?
Say it again. Say it again.
But you need to sit down and watch it. So until you can stop doing that, why you think God can't take you serious? Because you worship people who can get off the ground 1.5 feet for 1.5 seconds and put an orange ball in a round hoop that's 10 feet off the ground, and you teach and you let your oppressors teach your kids. Ain't nobody gonna take you serious. You let people delete your women in the streets. I'm not Trayvon's daddy. Let me say that. Dear Florida gangsters, where were you when Trayvon happened? That's when you're supposed to step up.
What? Preach, preacher.
I'm tired of this. This is the same. I'm gonna say this. I'm really gone because the water about to start going through the little hole.
Oh, the water. Yes, Lord.
Yeah,
yes,
like
Lord.
the holy water.
Let it runneth over.
They should have bought a Honda.
This is why
coming in the Hyundai.
I don't believe in the black body count or the when white folks tell you how dangerous the hood is. Well, then where's the white body count? Where's the white body count? Them guns we only kill each other, silly. You ain't got to worry about that. What you have to worry about is the day that the Black woman goes, here's your hair back, it's your God back, give me my man back.
Preacher.
That's when this shit get on.
What's the name of the church? What's the name of the church?
The First Church of Holy Shit. I'm gonna put my
okay, while you doing that, we're gonna play your outro organ. Here we go.
Oh yeah!
If any man will, let him come to the first church.
Will there be one?
Will there be one? While the blood is running warm in your veins.
Okay. I just put my I just put my YouTube in the private chat and in the comments. My YouTube channel. Go on over there. Get yourself some Uncle Jeff's Male Important Decision Cream. There's some other shit I sell for young males to help them with their life. At any rate, people, this was dope. I'm glad I was here. Come on, BMU. You already know, bruh. You already know. So, y'all keep the faith.
Save my 10% by switching.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Pastor Bishop Uncle Jeff. Tonight, we so blessed his name tonight, coming in and dropping his sermon. You guys on the way out that don't trust you to get you out of what you got you into, but trust in the bishop, and he'll get you where you need to be, man.
You shouldn't have been talking shit.
Hit the cash app.
Hit the cash app. We take EBTs, but just write the number down, your PIN number down, and leave your card with the address and name. We'll make sure that we get that back to you.
You've been blessed.
Yes, our minister of our offering is also in here with us tonight.
Get the collection plate right on that side. Nigga, get it around on that side.
Any closing remarks tonight before we get out of here about any of the past videos you guys have seen before we get out of here tonight?
Well, them damn videos was wild as fuck, black man.
Yes, sir.
Definitely. They were definitely wild as hell. But no, it was a great conversation. I enjoyed the conversation that we all had. some great points to it. Lost. All I did was see your face, brother.
Sometimes you just gotta just touch the hem of his
Go
garment.
ahead, Doc.
And the blood will make you whole.
Hey man, love everybody that's on here, man. Black Band, keep doing your thing. Tomorrow I will be on. I have not posted my show yet, but y'all already know what it is. JT is gonna bring it to you. Please believe that, man. That's all I gotta say right there. I end it right there.
All right, R Payne. Any closing thoughts?
After that, I don't need to say anything. No, listen, it was a good show tonight. I was finally, you didn't say anything I had to come and correct you on. So,
damn.
So finally, it's a good stuff. I agree with a lot of stuff that was talked about ministers.
What happened to your mic?
It's anybody. Oh, no. You can't hear me?
No, we got
you. R Payne.
Yeah. So listen, so I just say like Fannie Willis, right? There's no way she should have been able to get the pulpit, right, to say anything she had to say, right? Like in my church, I don't even want to stand behind there if I had like an announcement. I mean, I said, listen, I ain't ready to be behind there. I'll go in the mic somewhere else. But when you give people who do wrong the mic so they can preach to your congregation, it just alienates people who want to follow the word. It just does. And so when I guys stand up there talking about the alphabet community, how we accept you and stuff, I'd rather him just say, "Listen, we're open to have you in here. We love the sin. We love the sinner, but I have to tell you, I don't agree with the sin." Right? I would like one of those guys to just say that up on the damn podium for once. So anyway, but it was a good show. We had a lot of stuff we talked in. I was quiet for once. That was cool.
Okay. No plane landing.
Yeah, no. Listen, first of all, none of these guys, but they don't land no goddamn plane with everybody going on their soliloquies and stuff. Man, Uncle Jeff was up to something else. Anyway,
made it.
Got your ass anyway.
Anyway, man, I'm done, man. Okay.
Take heed to the message. Do you have anything, sweetheart, before we part ways? Oh, Sister Take Heed looks so wonderful tonight. Give her a hand.
Don't you agree?
As she comes.
The first lady.
First lady. A BMU Baptist.
I have nothing to say. I'll say this. We need to learn how to understand the assignment in the Black community. We gotta stop trying to go with who's Democrat and who's Republican. We need to pick who is best to fit our needs. It's not working with, I'm Democrat, I'm Republican. It's not working because you got two demons up there. You got two demons up there, so you're gonna have to choose which one is not that evil. That's it. Then I'm done.
All right. The guest pastor in here tonight, Brother Professor, coming from a long way tonight. I want him to have a word, if he can.
And I just want to say that I thank you for letting me be here.
Absolutely.
I enjoyed the videos that we had. Yes, Lord. But before we leave, I want to leave you with a scripture.
Go ahead, Doc. Talk to me.
Proverbs 21:9. It's better to live on a corner of a roof than share a house with a nagging woman.
Wow.
I want to leave it right there. Now, you can catch me on Sundays. I want to tell you, on Sundays between 4 and 7 at Bedside Baptist Community Church on the side of the road of Jericho. And again, I want to thank you, BMU, for having me here.
Absolutely. Thank you, Doc,
God
for
bless.
blessing us with your presence tonight. Make sure you send our warm welcomes out to your wife and your sidekick. Lost in translation. The floor is yours. And lastly, sir.
Well, you know what they say, black man. I might not always be there when you want me to.
But I'm
always going to be there. Right on time. You understand what I'm saying?
That's it,
right on time. You know, I always tell people, man, you can't disrespect a man into respectability.
Yes,
you understand what I'm saying? There's always a king and a fool in every man.
Preach that.
But the one that you address, sir, is the one who's always going to answer.
Oh, yes.
And I will say this, whenever you're in doubt, call upon the master, because he's always there when you need him. So with that being said, if you guys have not hit the Cash App, or if you have not hit the Super Chat,
come on, talk that.
I suggest that you go ahead and hit it right now.
Okay!
Bishop Good Joint is waiting for you right now. We have a special request that when you log off this evening, make sure that you hit the like button and make sure that you subscribe if you're new. Yes, those of you who are not here on a regular basis, please make sure that you subscribe.
Amen.
And make sure that you support the channel that supports you. And with that being said, Black Man Unfiltered, I'm going to turn it over to you, sir.
Amen. Well,
for a wonderful evening of what we've enjoyed tonight.
Bishop,
so thank you so much, sir.
First Lady Take Heed, Deacon JT, and Brother R. Panda, along with Lost and Translation. I want to say thank you. Thank you to everybody that came on tonight, who reverenced their opinion so eloquently. For those who are watching from the balconies of heaven and the clouds, we want to say thank you. And one more scripture before we get out of here. And if you would turn to Malachi 3:8, it says, will a man rob God? Yet you have robbed me. But how do you rob thee? It says here in tithe and offering. Why don't you hit the super chat tonight?
Why
don't you hit it, Pastor? Tonight?
Listen.
Bring all of it to the storehouse where there may be food to eat. All I'm asking is 10%. I'm not asking for your rent. I'm not asking for the money you shell out for the holes that's spent. We're only asking for 10%.
Say that.
Why don't you come that? Lead you and direct you tonight. We say goodbye until tomorrow, where the sports show will be 7. They're going to be talking about nepotism in the NBA, and followed by our brother JT from What We Know podcast missionary.
Amen.
Where the motto is everybody is somebody, and Cynthia G is the head of the church. Amen, amen, amen.
Amen.
Okay,
amen.
All right. Until next time, everybody, we want to say thank you.
Wow.
We want to say goodbye, and we out. Hallelujah.